true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you Radio Biafra live broadcast by the eminent Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, the Director of Radio Biafra, and the Supreme Commander of the Armies of Biafra, MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The morning broadcast, live and direct, on the 9th day of July, 2015. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran Restoration websites at www.ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
Triumphant from all our foes, through the crucible unscathed we passed victorious, our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished.
Good morning, wonderful people. Great Biafrans, wherever you are. On the face of this very planet, once again, this very day is the 9th day of July in the year of our Lord. We welcome each and every one of you, irrespective of where you are on the surface of this very planet. The time here now is 6 minutes past 8 a.m. in the morning, the same time in Biafra land, and also the same number of minutes past the top of the hour wherever you are. That is how you know we are live. If you check your time now, if it is near enough to 6 minutes past the top of the hour, it could be 12 midnight, it could be 1 a.m. in the morning, it doesn't matter, it means we are live. If, however, you check your clock and the time is not 6 minutes past the top of the hour, then you know it's just gone 7 minutes past the top of the hour, then you know we are not live. That is how you know. Not minding any of that, we welcome each and every one of you. I will therefore ask you to also welcome other people. Tell your friends and your family. Don't be lazy about this very effort we are making to restore Biafra in truth and honesty. Go out and preach this very gospel. Tell your friends and your family. Tell your relatives. It doesn't matter where they are. If they check around them, they will see that there is an IPOB family not too far away from where they are residing or where they are working. Identify yourselves with the nearest IPOB family. If there is none, start one where you are. If there is no IPOB family meeting, start one where you are. Very, very important you do so, because the greater we are in number, the more we can overwhelm the enemies of light, the more we can overcome the children of darkness, the more we can continue to demonstrate to the world that everybody is in on this very quest to be free from the damnation and the abominable zoological republic. Very, very important. The zoo is Nigeria. It is a place of wild, untamed animals, and we are doing the best we can to remove Biafra from it. For Biafra, I mean very, very simply and uncomplicatedly, of course. I mean Izon, Ishekiri, Isoko, Isobo. Those of you from Igala, the ones from Idoma, the ones from Igbo, the ones from Ibibio, and also Efik. These are the people, and the Gede, of course, please don't want to leave them out. These are the people that make up Biafra. These are the Biafran people. One heritage, one value system. We dress the same way, we eat the same food. Everything about us is the same. Of course, there are slight variations in our accent, in our intonation, and of course in our dialects. That is perfectly understandable and to be expected. But we must continue to do this very work. We must continue to move forward as one indivisible entity, determined, an arrowhead piercing through every defenses of the enemies, the ones erected by Awasa Fulani, those of them intent on enslaving, those of them intent on feeding off the natural resources within Biafra land without any regard for the well-being of the people. If you don't rise up and do something, nobody will do anything for you. If you don't rise up and defend your rights, defend what is rightfully yours, then nobody will do it for you. That is why we have assembled all over the world under this very banner, Indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, to do this very wonderful work that heaven asked us to come to do. Therefore, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. For those of them in Canada, in USA, in Southern American continents of Brazil, in Venezuela, and all the rest of them, I mean the countries in the South American continent, we welcome you as well. Some of you are sleeping, but not minding. We welcome each and every one of you to this very morning's program. As I said earlier, you can inform your friends. In fact, make it a duty to inform them. You can use whatever means at your disposal to inform them that we are live, that we are direct, and that Chukwu Kika Biama is, of course, presiding over our proceedings here on this very earth. Once again, we must remind everybody we are in Sapele, we are in Warri, I mean CHK 102.1, and we are also getting parts of Benin City as well, especially during our evening program. Parts of Benin City is also covered. We are doing the best we can to spread this message, to propagate this very gospel, that the whole world might know how serious we are, how determined we are, and how we are not going to stop nor relent until Biafra comes and beyond. Very, very critical, very, very important, please, that we understand this. This very morning's live presentation will follow the same usual format. We will, of course, bring you our news headlines accompanying news summary. Before that, we need to pray and then take your calls afterwards. How do you receive Radio Biafra? Very simple. If you are in parts of Biafra land, first of all, try with your transistor radio. World receivers are always very, very good. Go to 104.7 if you are in Enugu and its environs, and then for the rest, try 102.1. You will be able to get Radio Biafra. Iguacha is live and is bubbling. Aba is way too awesome and impregnable. Mpo in Onesha, in Owerri, in Enugu, in Olo, in Okigwe, in Ogwo. Everywhere you go to in and around Biafra land, people are listening via their radio stations or by their listening devices, their transistor radios. In Africa, we are on satellite. Across Africa, in Biafra land, in the zoo, everywhere else in Africa, you can receive Radio Biafra on satellite. If you are in the Middle East, you can receive Radio Biafra on satellite. If you are in Southern Europe, you can receive Radio Biafra also on satellite. We are a satellite broadcaster. Radio Biafra also can be found online. Millions of people listen to Radio Biafra using their mobile phones, using their laptop, using their tablet. As long as you have a device that is internet enabled, you must and should be able to receive Radio Biafra on it. And how do you do it? There are many ways to listen. First of all, you go to www.radiobiafra.co.co. Radio Biafra, all one word, .co. Once again, www.radiobiafra.co.co. We are also on ipob.org. That is our name, ipob.org. Indigenous people of Biafra.org. Even at that as well, we have www.rblworld.tv. RBL World, all one word. RBL meaning Radio Biafra. That's the acronym for Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London. That is what it means. RBLworld.tv. We are also on tuning.com. We are on streamer.com as well. We are on radioforest.net. Everywhere you go online, type in how can I listen to Radio Biafra, you will be directed accordingly. We are Radio Biafra. We don't have any brother, no cousin, no sister, no uncle radio station. We are standing alone as the beacon of truth and of hope to the millions of Biafrans exiled, scattered, left without any hope, rendered destitute by the damnation created by the British, the abominable zoological republic of Nigeria. Therefore, you must assemble wherever you are. You must congregate around your listening device. Anytime we are on, the zoo is vibrating. Because here we preach the truth. We tell you the truth. The only people who cannot handle the truth are those of them with Awasa Fulani father and then the Awasa Turimeha. Or those of you unfortunate enough to have anything to do with Yoruba people. You are the only people who will not, in every honesty, accept this very gospel. And we don't blame you. You are the children of darkness. You are the product of darkness or iniquity. We don't expect you to accept the truth. Neither do we expect you to embrace light. Radio Biafra is meant for the children of heaven. Those of them whose mission upon the face of this earth is to bring hope, to bring renewal, to bring enlightenment, to bring reason and understanding to bear in the lives of the people of the forest. To make sure that light enters into Africa. To make sure that the debilitating ignorance that is prevalent in black Africa is no more. Only Biafra can do it. No other people, no other group of people have that very mandate. Only Biafrans. And that is why every force of darkness, that is why every satanic influence that you have, including that of the British, of Awasa Fulani, and of course conspiratorial Yoruba, will bring to bear on this very effort we are making, but they can never ever succeed. They will not prevail. It will be very difficult, we know, but in the end, we always win. That is for sure. The more you look for Radio Biafra, the more we expand. That is a message to the terrorist and pedophile, the child rapist, Buhari. The more you look for Radio Biafra, the more we expand. That is something you must know. And very soon, we are working also or beginning the preliminary inquiries regarding how we are going to bring our AM transmitter on stream. That one is earthquake. Once it comes, then the game is over. Because everybody around West Africa and the whole of Africa will be able to receive Radio Biafra on their radio. We know what we are doing one step at a time. We know what we are doing. Our timetable is well spelled out. We know what we are doing because we are 100% certain that the zoo will fall. It must fall. Allow me this very morning, of course, to acknowledge the presence of heaven, the presence of Chukwukika Biama in our lives, for the mercy he has continued to perform, for the kindness he has continued to show us, for everything that we are today that he made possible. We offer every praise to him. Therefore, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Let thy will be done on this very earth in Biafra land as it is in heaven. You will give us these days, you have always given us. These are prayers prayed by your Son, Yahweh Yeshua, for whom this very gospel was preached thousands upon thousands of years ago, to bring closer at that particular point in time your children to know you in truth and honesty, to do away with any difficulties, encumbrances or barriers stopping them from coming close to you. In this generation, in our time, we continue in that very fine tradition to preach your gospel to the understanding and hearing of humanity, that they may understand, embrace and accept that you are the one true God, the creator, the beginning and the end of everything. And that your name is Chukwukika Biama. You are the Almighty. You are the creator. Anybody who comes close to you will know you. We don't worship idol. We don't know what it means. We follow the only one true, recognized, acknowledged path. A path that is not only enshrined in the scriptures, but repeatedly interpreted for the understanding of man. That Chukwu Okike Abiama is creation. That nothing that was made, that is made or could be made, was made without the knowledge, the sanction, the know-how of Chukwu Okike Abiama, because he is indeed omnipresent. He is also omnipotent. He has a lot of names. If we begin to recite them, we will be here until the year runs out. But he is the creator of peace, the bringer of hope, the only entity upon which we rest everything that we are. We are nothing without Chukwukika Biama. We can never ever be anything without his mercy and his grace. That is why we call upon him this very morning. We call him the Lord God Almighty, which is El Shaddai. We call him El Elyon, the Most High God. We call him Lord and Master Adonai. You are Yahweh. You are the Lord and Jehovah. You are Nisi, the Lord of my banner. You are Ra, the Lord my shepherd. You are Jehovah Rapha, the Lord that heals. You are Jehovah Shammah, the Lord is there with us. You are Jehovah Sikenu, which is the Lord is our righteousness. You are Mekodishem, which is the Lord who we sacrifice to all the time. El Olam, the everlasting God. Elohim, because you are God. You are Kana, because you are jealous. You are the Lord that will provide, because you are Jehovah Jireh. Many names we call you because you represent quite a lot in our lives. We want to testify to your goodness. We want humanity to understand who we are for your sake, for your name's sake. because we bear your names. You will bless us because we are your inheritance. You will not allow our enemies to triumph over us. Though there are many, though we are circled, as long as we remain without fear before them, you will always be with us. These are your words, your covenant and your promise. And this very day we reaffirm ours, that we will never, ever, ever retreat from this very effort, that we will always worship thee as the one true living God and no other, that we will acknowledge your omnipotence and your omnipresence in our lives, that we will at all times proclaim your goodness before the entirety of humanity, wherever we may find them. Because in the end, Biafra will come. Not by any special powers that we possess, but because you are God and you reside in heaven. Chukwokika Biama, the Creator himself. Instead of your words not to come to pass, heaven and earth will pass away. These are the things you said, and we believe you because we are your children. We can testify to that by the names we bear. Forgive us our trespasses because we have fallen short, of course. We are human, please. Have mercy upon us. We are very ignorant, that is also true. Please give us reason and the ability to think. Please have mercy upon us. Remember your words which you spoke of old. Remember your promise to your children. Remember our purpose in that very holy land of Biafra. And make us whole once again. Let shame befall our enemies. Let death and destruction be their portion. As they have killed us, may they also be decimated. May they also be massacred. Because they have shown your children no mercy, Chukwokika Biama, don't show any mercy to them. Destroy them. That they may know that your children should not be touched. Biafra will come in the end because you said so it will come. As long as we have turned away from our iniquities and face you as our only source of hope, then Biafra will come. We know it is going to come. And when it does, every honor and glory will belong to your name. Every adoration and adulation, every praise, every bended knee, every clenched hand, every eye that is closed in offer of prayer unto anything at all will belong to your holy name now and forever. He said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of Indigenous people of Biafra, those that fund Radio Biafra. Those that own Radio Biafra are the indigenous people of Biafra. We are all over the world, from Canada to USA to Mexico to Brazil to Venezuela to Ecuador to Chile to Guyana. We are also in Trinidad and Tobago. We are in Jamaica. We are in Cayman Islands. We are in St. Kitts Island as well. People need to understand how widespread we are. We are in South Africa. We are in Angola. We are in Mozambique. We are in Congo DRC. We have Biafrans in Gabon. We are in the Cameroons. We are in Ghana. We are in Ivory Coast. We are in Senegal. We are in Morocco. We are in Egypt. We are in Israel, of course, our spiritual center. We are also in Spain. We are in Germany. We are in Denmark, in Norway. Oh my goodness me, we are everywhere around the world. Unstoppable. In all these places I have mentioned, there are Biafran families, the children of heaven. Go and join them wherever they are. Wherever you can find them, go and join them, because we are one family. Our Wasa have been lying to us. That is how they have been stealing our resources. But we can't let them anymore. Wherever you find these people, they are IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra. We have no government, only one indivisible family. United under one central indisputable command. Only one. And I lead them. So also do I command the armies of Biafra. In the same token, the director of Radio Biafra, by the very special grace of heaven, I will remain now and forever loyal, grateful, obedient servant of the children of light, because that is what we've been asked to come to do, and that is exactly what we are doing and will continue to do. We welcome all of you listening in Warri, in Sapele, and the surrounding areas. This is your station. This is Radio Biafra. I know some of you were in shock yesterday. It's perfectly understandable. It happens to people, and then they begin to assimilate the truth. Because for ye shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. There are those of you, no doubt, bearing Biafran names, but with Yoruba blood inside you. That Yoruba blood will always speak. You will always speak out of turn. It is not surprising. That is what Satan does. Satan has a very funny way of trying to get into the children of light, to try to drag them back into darkness. But we are here not only to expose all the evils, but to defeat it comprehensively. Allow me to proceed to present, for the benefit of our listeners all over the world and friends of Biafra, our news headlines this very day and accompanying news summary. Because things are happening. Radio Biafra calls for consistent demonstration in Biafra land. We must continue to demonstrate, to petition the whole world, to put pressure on the pedophile and terrorist zoological republic head of state, Muhammadu Buhari. He's a terrorist and a pedophile. A child sex abuser. He is. He knows that what I'm saying is correct. I have proof. We have evidence. That is a child molester. Only in the zoo can you elect somebody who, or rig into power somebody who is a certified terrorist and child rapist. Only in the zoo. Who is that person? Muhammadu Buhari. Ask him and he will tell you, confirm it to you. He's a child rapist. Boko Haram detainees, Imo traders to protest relocation to Southeast. You must continue to protest. Radio Biafra has called for it, and we maintain our stance. Continue to shut down the markets. Continue to protest. Everybody, you must protest it. That is how we win. Not one day you run away, as usual. You must remain on it. Continue to, because these Boko Haram prisoners, they are in Igbo. They are in Enugu as we speak. They have arrived in Aba. They are in Owerri. That is their headquarters with Aboga Awosa, not Ogoro. Aboga Awosa. They are in Ekulobia. I'm sure even in Agua. There's nowhere they're not, even in Onitsha. They're everywhere. Boko Haram is everywhere. That is the plan of Buhari, to Islamize all of you, to kill you off and Islamize you. Meanwhile, telling you that, oh no, you are Niger Delta, you are different. No, you are not different. The division is what our Hausa people brought in to divide you, to make their access to our natural resource very, very easy for them. And we are here to stop them, to rebuke them, and to reverse all the damage they have done. They have media preponderance, no doubt. It's only Radio Biafra and Biafra Times for the time being. But we are fighting them toe to toe. Wherever we find them, we destroy their evil deeds. That is what we're going to do this morning. We should continue to protest. Boko Haram detainees, Imo traders are protesting today, together with Enugu as well. Enugu is also protesting today. Everybody must protest. If you stop protesting, they will leave Boko Haram in your midst. As one Yoruba man said, is actually worse than spreading Ebola. These people are evil. We are not the ones killing people. Our Fulani must deal with their own prisoners. When it comes to sharing Boko Haram prisoners, they remember all of you are Nigerians. When it comes to sharing the resources of coming from the oil in Biafra land, they remember that the Kanu has more population than everybody put together. Let them take them to Kanu and put them there. Let us continue. You must maintain this very pressure. You must maintain it. If you slacken, then you are finished. Never ever give up. You must continue this very work that we are doing. You must continue it. Imo traders are protesting the relocation of Boko Haram. And also, ghost workers have been discovered in Ebonyi. The fraud is continuing everywhere, left, right, and center. They cannot pay proper teachers, proper workers. They are busy paying ghost workers, those who don't exist. That is why they don't want Radio Biafra to be on air broadcasting, because they know we expose them every day, morning and night. As soon as we come on air, they start to panic. We continue to expose them to the world for the evil that they represent. We continue to expose them to the world for the evil that these people are. What does our Fulani bring to the table? Is only to be conspiring with Yoruba to go to Biafra land. Oh, you're an Igbo man. You're not Igbo, Igbo man is your problem. And the question is, how many of you have been killed by an Igbo man? Nobody. Who killed you? Awasa Fulani. Awasa Fulani. Is it not Awasa Fulani who has been killing you? I don't know how foolish people can be. They come and they kill you and they tell you your mother is your problem. It's like Pentecostal churches. They come and they fleece you. They steal your money. They tell you, oh, don't worry. Your mother is against your wife. What type of nonsense is that? The same thing is happening in the zoo. Our Hausa, they are the ones taking our money to go and build Abuja. They are the ones coming and doing everything. They occupy the army, the police. They are everywhere. Every political office they are holding. Every juicy job in the zoo. They are the ones. They are still the poorest people. Nobody is thinking. Ghost workers at Ebonyi. The world must know this. Ghost workers means that people have down as in official government documents. They listed some schools. Out of those schools they listed, nobody is there. Those schools don't exist. But the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Education and the Commissioner for Education, they are collecting teacher salaries for those schools that don't exist. This is happening in Ebonyi. Let's continue. This morning we bring to you how fraudulent Babangida, Abacha and Obasanjo are. How they shared the oil coming from Biafra land. When people come and say, oh, I'm from Niger Delta. I'm a Nigerian of Niger Delta. I say you are an idiot. Listen very carefully. Maybe some of you will be in shock this morning. You may not understand what we are saying, but in the fullness of time, you will come to appreciate it. You will. The name you are answering, Niger Delta, is a concocted name that has no meaning. The word Niger is not indigenous to Biafran people. The word Delta is a Greek word. It's not indigenous. What was your name before the white man came? That is my simple question. Go back to that name. You will find that it is Biafra. In Ishekiri land itself was where an agreement was signed. In that agreement signed with the British, he spelled it out very, very clearly. This is an agreement between Queen Victoria and her heirs and the chiefs of Ishekiri and Biafra. Very clear. In other words, the British knew that Biafra existed. If not, why would they make a treaty with Biafra? I want people to reason. Use your brain to be able to think. Then you will understand where we are going to. Today, we expose all these people telling you about, oh, our nation, Nigeria, our country, Nigeria, we must pull together to be Nigeria. Nonsense. They are doing it for a reason. They want oil and gas from Biafra land. We have their details here. That is why they dread Radio Biafra, of course. And they have to. Because Radio Biafra IPOB, the entire Biafra media stable, will destroy the zoo. With one simple weapon, truth. Is you. Being truthful pays more than anything in life. That is why we are able to do things that others cannot do. They can never do it. They can't do it. The technology is too advanced for them. They can't do it. We are not career freedom fighters. Today you are doing freedom for your people. Tomorrow you're looking for a school to buy abroad for your children. You open savings account and trust fund for your kids. You are a freedom fighter. What rubbish is that? Your future lies in the liberty of your people. That is your investment in life. Is that your people are free. That is your investment. That is the only thing you accomplish in life. You have not come to be rich. You have not come to own cars. You have not come to own houses and hotels. You have come to set your people free. Therefore, you have nothing to do with earthly wealth. Very simple. How fraudulent Babangida, Abacha, or Obasanjo, all the rest of them, including the terrorist and pedophile Buhari, how everybody is living on Biafran oil. And do you know why they succeed? It's because they are counting on the stupidity of Biafran people. They begin to fragment each and every one of you. Oh, I'm Ijo. Oh, I'm Shekiri. Oh, I'm Isoko man. Oh, I'm Urobo. I'm from... Nonsense. That is, you're doing exactly what they want you to do. But isn't it very funny? When you go to them, they say the North, we the North. Arewa, North. Pulling everybody together behind one giant wall of the North. You can't come in. But why is it that they don't want to accentuate the difference between Fulani and Hausa? Why don't they tell you that Kanuri is not Hausa? Why don't they also tell you that Wari is not Hausa, Nupe is not Hausa, but all of them, they gang up together, they say we are the North. Do you know who the chairman of Arewa Elders Forum is? Is Gowon. Gowon is a Christian minority from Plateau. But they allowed him to be in charge of a committee that involves the Sultan of Sokoto, who is a Muslim, and the spiritual ruler of everything that is northern Nigeria. His brain, Awasa, and the British they have brain. Do you see the way they reason? But they come to you, oh, don't agree, you are a Joe. Oh no, you are a Shekiri, you are not Igbo. But all of you, when you go back, you say it is the time of the North to rule. Why don't you say the turn of Sokoto or the turn of Fulani or Hausa to rule? I want you to understand the way they think and how they have messed up our brains using Yoruba media in the process. Why is it that Yoruba can never tell you that, okay, Egba people are different from the Ewes, they are different from the Oyo people? They will never tell you. They will never tell you. They will say we are all Yoruba. I want people to understand this very, very well. Of course, they have one thing which we don't have, which is conquest. Fulani conquered Hausa conquered everybody else for Fulani people. Yoruba from Oyo, they conquered the Jebus, the Egbas, and the Ewes, and all the rest of them in Yoruba land. Forced them to speak Yoruba language, but we never forced anybody to speak Igbo. Never, because we believe that every human being born is created equal before heaven. The meaning of Ebe Berugo Berenkesi Bebelak and Kukwaya, the only people on this earth with natural justice as the central pillar of the Constitution. That is why anybody can do whatever they want to do and get away with it. You don't force people to become subservient or allegiant to you. Never. You allow people to get on with their lives. So, from today onwards, when you're shouting the nonsense, I'm from Niger Delta, I'm from Igbo Nation, all this rubbish, you know you are doing yourself a great disservice. Because you are fragmenting, you are disuniting. Hausa come to you in one block. Hausa, Fulani, Nupe, Kanuri, everybody combined, including those from Birom, including those from TV. They come to you as North and they win. But in your stupidity, you keep fragmenting. Oh, I'm from Oron. I'm not a BB, I'm Oron. You think you're doing yourself a favor. You think you're smart. At the end of the day, do you have anything where you come from? The answer is no. Do you have any development? The answer is no. Warri is there. Is Warri a seaport? The answer is no, but it's a natural harbor. Why can't Warri seaport be opened for people to import something going into the middle axis up towards the zoo? The answer is no. You have to go through Lagos. Have you bothered to ask yourself why Warri doesn't have a seaport? Warri doesn't have a seaport because you're doing, I am from Ishekiri, I am from Ejo. They leave you now to do it on your own. But if you come together as one Biafra, anything you want, you get it. Do you know now that they're planning to actually listen and relocate Boko Haram prisoners elsewhere in the northern part of the zoo? Do you know why? Because people came out en masse. It's no longer an Ekurobia thing or Anambra only, or maybe only Enugu. Everybody says no at the same time and they will listen. Learn from it. Learn from it. This morning we exposed them, the fraudsters. why Babangida will come. Oh, if anything happens, I will put on my khaki. Of course, you put on your khaki now for your son and your children. Of course, with the billions you have, who wouldn't put on khaki to defend their money? You think he's coming out to defend it because he loves you? You are dreaming. He is defending his investment and his refinery in Ivory Coast. Defending his fuel subsidy. Every blessed day we pay them 2 billion. Every blessed day. 2 billion every day. As today is the 9th day of July. Do you know how much Babangida and his friends will get? 2 billion naira. If you like it or not, you must pay them. It's called fuel subsidy. It doesn't matter. If you like it or not, you must pay them. But teachers are not being paid. Roads are not being built. No drinking water. Our children leave universities. They cannot find employment. Things are very, very bad. Yet, everybody is moving about sheepishly as if they cannot rebel or revolt. It is time for revolution. But for us to revolt effectively, there has to be Biafra. Without it, you are finished. Ask Ken Seriwa, he will tell you. Mwewa, he will tell you. Ask Adakaboro, he will tell you. Ask Azikiwe, he will tell you. Ask everybody. Doesn't matter if you're Igbo, if you're Ibibio, if you're Ishekiri. Ask all of you that kept serving Nigeria. Oh, I am from Ijoland. I want to serve Nigeria. Did you bring anything back? Look at Jonathan. The answer is zero. Nothing. Do you know why he didn't succeed? Because he did not put Biafra first. Very simple. But, of course, black people to learn all these things will be difficult. But we'll have to continue to preach this very gospel. And as Sokoto is very dry and they're spending our money, you know, Katsina, Daora, they're building helipad, they're spending our money. They are appointing our WhatsApp people, INEC chairman, chief security advisor, a chief of family staff, family administrator, everything, building Abuja, so beautiful. The money that is used to be spreading around, paying for Awasa to go on pilgrimage in Hajj. Do you know that without Biafra, Awasa cannot go on Hajj every year? But they have a Hajj pilgrims board. Do you know where the money is coming from? From Biafra land. And let us find out what is happening in those places where the oil is coming from. Today, we are looking at Ajip and Imo state communities. You know, some of you idiots that say you're from Niger Delta without reason. Let me tell you why I don't pity anybody. If you say you're from Niger Delta, it means you did not go to school, you are ill-educated, or you're a fool. Because the name Niger Delta shouldn't exist. It doesn't have any meaning. Niger is from the word River Niger. Delta is a Greek word meaning the alluvial, the sedimentary deposit before a river runs into the sea. Let me explain it so you understand. Do you know this life we live in is very clean? Anytime you see a river, that river is carrying sand and carrying everything else. Every river heads to the ocean or to the sea. That is the law of nature. Every river in the world, if you follow it, if you follow a small tiny stream, you go into a river. From a river, you go into an ocean or into a sea. That is how nature, that is how life is. Now, when a river is carrying all those deposits, before it joins the sea or before it joins the ocean would say to the river, go and clean up yourself before you come here. All that nonsense you're carrying, go and drop it before you come. Quite literally. That is why you will see at where the river joins the ocean or the sea, you will see the sea pushing it back, asking it to drop all the things you have before you join me. And that is where the river will drop. The river will obey the ocean and drop everything it has. The sand, everything, sticks, every animal debris, it will drop it. That area is called the delta. It's a Greek word. Where the sedimentary deposits carried by a smaller body of water is dumped before that body of water now discharges into a larger body of water with clean water. Because if the ocean allows the river to bring all the sand, it will clog up the ocean and nature won't allow it. That is why you are standing on top of the sand right at the edge of the coast. Right in the ocean is very, very deep. And you're wondering, why can't the sand just use force of gravity and rush in then? No, nature doesn't want it. Leave all that debris where it is and come in clean. Those things are called delta is a Greek word. The river Mississippi has a delta. Thames River has a delta. The Limpopo has a delta. The Zambezi River, it has a delta. Are you telling me that people from the Zambezi Delta region, that they are related to those of them from the Niger Delta region? The answer is no. Niger Delta is a mere geographical term to describe where River Niger runs into Atlantic Ocean. It doesn't mean they are a people. Do you understand what we are saying? It is simple common sense. So that when you go outside and say, I am from the Niger Delta, people don't look at you and laugh at you. That is why you don't win any case abroad. That is why you can bring all the oil case you like from now till thy kingdom come. You can never win. Once you answer Niger Delta, they know you are joking. There is nothing like Niger Delta. But there was something called Biafra. Simple common sense. But some of you with Yoruba blood in you and Hausa blood, you won't understand it. I don't expect you to. Because you're not one of us. You're not part of us. You're not a Biafran. So what do you know? It was in Ishekiri land that the white man said, you people are Biafrans. For your information. Ajip abandons Imo communities as oil spill ravages communities. This is where the oil is coming from. This is where the oil is coming from. In case you don't know. Are you aware of that? This is where the oil is entering the place from. Yet they don't have anything. Do you want to know the name of the place? It is the people of Ekpe, Obokafia, Abacheke, communities in Ohaji Ebema Council in Imo State. Because there are some people out of gross ignorance and ineptitude. They are so lazy. They don't know the whole of Biafra land. They have oil, including Ebony. It's out of stupidity. Oh, you want a job? It's for our oil. I say, anyway, I don't blame you. You don't go to school, do you? Because you're always on strike. So what do you know? Ajip is in Imo State. Taking our oil. Ravaging our... I don't blame Ajip. It's not their fault. And our Hausa man is taking that money to be going to pilgrimage, doing Hajj or Hajj, whatever they call it. Using it to build Duse Airport, building all this infrastructure, making Dangote a multi-billionaire, paying Yoruba and Hausa men 2 billion every blessed day. How about the communities where this oil is coming from? What has become of them? Abandoned. People are suffering, they can't even go to the farm. Do you think that is right? I don't think so. Let us continue. UNTH and 53 dead bodies. As somebody said yesterday, the world must watch out today. There are people who die today in the zoo. People don't know that the zoo called Nigeria is the most violent country in the world. Are you aware of that? You have more people dying than ISIS are killing in the Middle East. Every blessed day. The zoo called Nigeria is the most violent country in the world. But when 53 dead bodies appear at UNTH, University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital at Enugu, BBC will not report it. CNN won't report it. If it's in our land now, they'll be jumping up and down, saying Alakoba. These things are happening at Enugu. Nobody is reporting it. The world, they turn a blind eye, they turn deaf ear. When we say that Boko Haram has come, that the killing have started silently, people don't know. Okorocha is doing the same thing. We are waiting to catch them at Ogode. Then they will see something. We are waiting to catch them. Then they will know how serious we are. We must continue. We need to continue. The new nation called Nigeria should be an estate of our great Niger Delta. Are you listening? They're still foolish enough to call themselves Niger Delta. I hope you're listening. The new nation called Nigeria should be an estate of our great-grandfather Ottoman Danfodio. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. These are people that believe in one Nigeria. That is why anytime an Hausa man is not in power, they are having headache. All the time, their body is itching them. We want power back. Because that was what they swore to themselves, that they will rule in perpetuity. Is it not happening? And they do it with so much arrogance and disregard. All of a sudden, Britain is no longer talking about Buhari appointing only Hausa Fulani people. Nobody's talking. Who are you to talk? After all, didn't you say you are a minority? People of Niger Delta don't want to reason. Why is it that Gowon cannot stand up and say, oh, we northern minorities? Do you see them complain and say we are northern minorities? They say we are from the north. And they get everything they want. Do you think if you say you're a minority, you'll get something? No, you'll be abandoned. You'll be trampled upon. You are weak. People will crush you. But as Biafra, you are one and you are strong. Let me ask you the question I asked everybody before. Can you show me how many people from your family in Warri, in Sapele, killed by an Igbo man? And then cast your mind back to, when was it? When did Yaradua come in and order the killing of people in Niger Delta? I'm sure all of you know. Remember when Timaya sang, they don't kill my papa, my mama, and everybody. But you can tell our WhatsApp people that ordered the death of your... Remember Odi? Have you forgotten? Obasanjo and the aerial bombardment of Odi. Who killed you? Oh, my goodness me. I wish people can reason. Who killed Sarawiwa? Who killed Isaac Adakaboro? Who removed Jonathan from power? Isn't it very funny how Igbo people voted for Jonathan en masse? Everybody. I asked one man at Owerri, why do you want to vote for him? He said, he is my brother. I said, have you met him before? He said, no, but he's my brother. I cannot vote for anybody else. Why can't some of you in Niger Delta reciprocate and be kind to yourselves and be sensible and be reasonable? Some of you will be, but those of you fathered by Hausa men will not be. And Yoruba, they say there's a market somewhere in Yenagoa. We are very loose Yoruba women. Come to one Yoruba name hoodie. They have no husband. They come there pretending they're selling fish. Where women are very cheap. They say there's a market, a fish market in Yenagoa. After Ijaw men must have met Yoruba women, they lose their senses. They can no longer reason properly. Very sad indeed. And on top of that, they're drinking kai kai, akpatesh. Nonsense. Rise up and reason like a human being. And then you will see your worth. Because right now, Hausa Fulani, they are messing up with everybody. And you are the cause of it. Let's continue. Hausa have said that the zoo called Nigeria is their father's estate. And what can you do about it? The answer is nothing. Boko Haram, you just can't kill people and shout Allahu Akbar. According to Buhari, that is what Buhari is saying. You just can't be killing people and shouting Allahu Akbar. According to Buhari. Boko Haram, you just can't kill people and say Allahu Akbar. We continue. And as I told you before, Chibo Anuozo, every day you hear a new story. The death is happening. The death is occurring. Where has it happened now? Let us tell you. I hope the world is listening. Of course they do. Fulani people, they call them headsmen. They have now killed mourners in Benue. People who are mourning Fulani, that is Buhari's people, they will go there and kill them. Remember, before the Ramadan, Buhari said, my fellow brothers, my brothers, drop down your weapons. He was the one that started them. Because sometimes when I speak, they say, oh, you are insulting people, you insult black people. I say, because you are foolish. You are very, very hopeless. Why do I say what I say? Buhari came out to run for office. One, Buhari was a very brutal dictator that overthrew a democratically elected government, number one. Number two, they said to Buhari, bring your certificate. He couldn't bring it. I want to let you know why I think that black people are useless. Buhari is a case in point. Number one, how do you think that white people can trust you if you have destroyed something before? You are a child molester, let's say as Buhari is as a child rapist. Do you think they will leave him in charge of a nursery or daycare center? The answer is no, because you're a rapist. You're a child molester and an abuser. They can never let you. All of you claiming you went to school, you're a graduate. Oh, I went to UNN. I went to FUTO. There is something that your brain should possess. It doesn't have. What is that thing? Common sense. How can somebody who overthrew a democratically elected government, how can somebody, they said to him, bring your certificate, he couldn't bring it? How can somebody who said that I will make the country ungovernable if I lose election in 2011 and the youth corpers were murdered at his own orders? Have you forgotten that Boko Haram rose because of this very man? This is the man that said that inshallah that they will spread Islam and Sharia to every part of the zoo. Are you still listening? This was a man at PTF. Over 200 billion was missing. This is a man who couldn't declare his assets. I don't know how foolish people are, you know. You know, sometimes I know the reason why Africa is backwards compared to any other part of the world, because of the way a black person reasons. The way we reason is very bad. There is nowhere in the world somebody like Buhari can emerge as the head of state. Instead, he will be in prison. But only in Africa. That tells me that there is something wrong with black people. His people are now killing. The people he called, oh, my brothers, they are killing. Where have they killed? In Benue. Fresh every blessed day. You have fresh blood delivered because Satan is in control. Yoruba group is now asking Buhari to honor regional autonomy. Yoruba, they are beginning to annoy me. There is something that Yoruba does that I find irritating. When the Yoruba man was there, Obasanjo, he did not ask for regional autonomy. When you were enjoying all the money, Ganify or the whatever rubbish they are called, they are bringing in all the money from Jonathan administration, there was no call for regional autonomy. You people are so foolish. Anytime you're not in power, you begin to talk rubbish. Or you don't have influence. You begin to autonomy. Is it now that you woke up to autonomy? Is this not the same autonomy that Ojukwu signed up to at Aburi, that Awolowo rejected with go on? They think we don't know history, you know. I have said to them before, you can talk so much rubbish without Radio Biafra. Now Radio Biafra is here. You can no longer be talking such nonsense. No longer be talking such rubbish. Be rest assured. Be rest assured. Mad people. And still on Awasa Fulani, they take your oil, they take your gas, they take your factories and industries, they take away your employment opportunities, they take away your education, and finally they take away your life. They own you. When Awasa Fulani say we own you, they know what they can decide when to kill you or when to leave you to be alive. What has happened and why am I saying this? 2 suicide bombers kill 5 and injure 5 others in Borno Market. They decide when you even die. They decide when you die. Very sad indeed. 9 people, oh, everywhere now is killing. Every day, fresh death is happening every day. I don't know how it can be the most populous black country with so much people dying every blessed day. 9 people killed, 7 abducted in Anambra, in Kogi. Boundary dispute. The same people, a gala. They are fighting. The first daughter of Unri was married to a gala. The progenitor of a gala people, the woman that gave birth to the current gala people that you're seeing. It's an Igbo woman from Unri. They speak the same language. I have been there myself. After Adan, if you keep going. In fact, they share, there is a place where they all meet together. Enugu, Anambra, Kogi, the same place. They speak the same language. But the Awasa man came and divided you up and said, oh, you now, you are in Kogi. You are in Benue. You are in Enugu. The same way they divided Egbema. Egbema is in River State, in Delta, and also in Imo State. But they say, oh, Imo State is Igbo. But Delta is not. Delta is Delta Igbo. And then Rivers is Niger Delta. Does that make sense to anybody? But you don't reason that far. Your brain cannot go that far to see what Awasa is planning for you. That is why today, brother against brother, 7 people dead. In fact, 9 dead and 7 abducted. Very sad indeed. That is why we keep preaching to them. There is no need for... And as you're fighting yourself, see, Beto is busy lifting the oil. Who owns the oil now at Aguleri? Peter Obi, Emeka Anyoko, Jonathan, and the man who runs the errand for them, Ibeto. Is that not correct? Is that not correct, I ask? Now, these people I mentioned, they know it is true. And they're very quiet. Why don't they come and tell you who owns the oil fields at Aguleri? They won't tell you, will they? But in the end, the northern man is eating it, wasting your time for no reason. 37 teachers died in Zaria blast, says the NUT. Death every blessed day in the zoo. There is no day without death. We can confidently predict that tomorrow people will die. And it is assured, and they must die tomorrow. Very, very awful indeed. World Igbo Congress condemns call for Ekwuremadu's resignation. Do you know why I'm reading this news? It's because the World Igbo Congress, I will tell them in September, they are a disgrace. If they like, they can cancel the invitation. I don't care. World Igbo Congress is a joke. They are jokers there. The only time you comment is when it comes to a politician, maybe because the Ekwuremadu is going to come to America to buy a house and they will get the contract to go and look for the house and then get commission. Why is it that you have not commented on the death of people at Enugu? How come you've not commented on Boko Haram prisoners being relocated to Biafra land? The only time you want to comment is on Ekwuremadu politics, where change can come out. Psychophancy. Which I cannot stand. Let's continue. The zoo government to move Boko Haram detainees out of Ekulobia prison, says Obiano. That is what happens when you insist. But Obiano, with all due respect, we like what you're doing, but I'm sorry. We may believe you, but we don't believe the zoo. Until we see those prisoners leaving, we cannot stop protesting and calling for protest. Radio Biafra cannot give up until we see the prisoners actually moving out of the place. As many of them that came, as they are moving out, then we are very happy. Not before, please. With all due respect. You are doing very well, no doubt about that. But I'm sorry, we cannot allow that to happen until we see them move out. According to Reuters, the church run by another fake prophet and the pastor, Yoruba man, former Muslim turned Christian. How they do it, I don't know. It seems that the job would you do? They're using jazz on you people. That you can't reason very well. Somebody who was formerly a Muslim changed his name to TB Joshua. All of a sudden, is a miracle worker, and you believe. But he could not foresee his building collapsing. But he can tell you that who is going to win, allegedly. Of course, it's a lie. He could not foresee or see in his vision that South Africans were going to die. They said that he should be prosecuted. They will try him, and of course, people will say it is somebody who is carrying a Pentecostal thief and a fraudster carrying a Bible is deceiving people. He was found complicit in the death of people to arrest him. Antichrist has come to arrest him. Our daddy. Black people. DCOG. I don't know. Why are black people so ignorant anyway? I just want to know. Black people, why are you people so ignorant? Daddy, the director of public prosecution is an antichrist. The magistrate is antichrist. But not the man that owns the building that collapsed, killing people. DCOG. Black. No wonder. Sometimes I excuse some people. You know that the greatest thing you can ever fight in life is the black man's ignorance. It's a huge monster. You can't defeat it. Some of you don't know why white people call some people Saint. Saint Christopher, Saint this is because they have defeated something that is undefeatable before. Like hunger, poverty, disease, homelessness, and ignorance. The only time Europe took over as the leading light in the whole world was during the period of Enlightenment. When European ruling families got together and said, we are too primitive. We need to subject everything to reason. Even here in the United Kingdom, there is something called the litmus test of the law about the man on the Clapham omnibus. Listen very carefully. Before they make a law in the United Kingdom, they will say, will the man on Clapham omnibus. Clapham omnibus is a bus that runs from Clapham all the way to Trafalgar Square. So if I climb into that bus and ask anybody there, about this law, will it make sense to them? The preponderance of reason. Can what I'm saying make sense to you before they enact the law? But in the black world, it doesn't matter. That is why if you ask an ordinary market woman, what is the last law passed by the National Assembly, she doesn't know. Because the laws they are passing doesn't make sense to an ordinary person on the street. Now you see why we are very special. Yes, I'm sorry to say, yes, we blow our own trumpet because we are very special. If we leave you people to acknowledge that the work we are doing is exceptional, we'll be here for 1,000 years. Very vindictive people. Amina Zakari and her uncle Buhari. The running of the zoo is a family affair. You bring in your uncle, you bring in your cousin, you bring in your sister, you bring in your child, and then after that, if there is nobody, you bring in the cattle. After all, didn't Ahmadu Bello say that we will not give it to anybody else? We give everything to the northerners. Buhari is doing exactly what his forefathers told him. Ahmadu Bello. Anytime you are in a position of power, put northerners all around you. If there is nobody to put in, get a white man. If no white man, put your cattle. And that's what they're doing. And they say to hell with all of you. And an idiot is somewhere saying, I want Niger Delta Republic. Mad people, lunatics. Do you think because of we'll try and be? No. We are doing it this way so that by the time you remove yourself from Biafra land, if there will be a law in Biafra that any of the major clans, major families not joining at this very stage of Biafra, if you say, oh, I want to be on my own, I want to join Nigeria, we'll make it as part of our constitution. On no account must the army of Biafra go to defend you people in perpetuity. If I want to ravage you, they can do whatever they like to you, since you don't have any brain. If you allow those of them of Yoruba blood inside you to deceive you, then you're finished. Because there's a lot of intermarriage between. That is why now, as I said, that axis is very weak. Because of the influence of duplicitous and treacherous Yoruba. Yoruba, you have your people in Benin Republic. There is Adebayos in Togo. Go and meet them. They are your relatives. They speak Yoruba. They answer your name. Not people in Ishekiri. Lunatics everywhere. Let us continue our news presentation this very morning. Pandemonium as a man 44 dies during Pentecostal deliverance in Benin. Anywhere else in the world, like the UK, they will ban such rubbish. But in the zoo, they will say, oh, leave it, oh, don't ban it, oh, you are antichrist, you want to ban. You know, black people are so ignorant. I don't know what to do to them. I'm telling you. Black. So ignorant. So useless and stupid. Deliverance and what type of use are they giving birth? Deliverance from what? Go and develop drugs. Train your doctors properly, invest in research and development, find out cures for diseases, and stop fooling yourselves, black people from Africa. Ignorant bunch of people. You are doing Pentecostal deliverance. The book of Acts of Apostles, chapter 8, verse 9. In the name, I heal you, cancer leave. People are so foolish. So foolish and gullible. The news in greater detail, please. The foolishness of a black man. Once you solve it, you have solved every problem on earth. Black people are dumb, very foolish. Tension is building up in Imo State over federal government decision to detain Boko Haram prisoners in Ekulobi and Anambra State as traders in all the markets in Owerri. The state capital planned to protest the relocation. The Southeast governors on Sunday met in Owerri to demand the relocation of detained insurgents. Tension is building up in Owerri following the decision of Buhari to send Boko Haram prisoners to the whole of Biafra land, as a prelude and precursor to the introduction of Sharia everywhere. The issue was a subject of discussion in major markets in Imo State yesterday, particularly Ekuku, Owerri market, as the traders were seen in group discussing the issue. It's been learned that the traders have concluded plans to stage a protest against the relocation of the prisoners to Anambra State today, Thursday, which is very good. They did not mention Imo State, but Imo people are protesting. I like that very much. It's solidarity. Everywhere, everybody should protest across Biafra land, including Delta, including Bayelsa. Everybody should, because it's coming to you. If you allow it to continue, it will come to you. We must say to our Wasa people, you control the oil, you control the gas, you control National Assembly, you own all the oil wells. You go and you are the ones killing people, so you deal with the problem. It's called problem solving. Solve it yourselves. I was Safulani. For information, I am very, very happy that people in Owerri is doing this out of solidarity. It's a very wonderful thing. And the protest must continue. Please don't stop. Once you stop, they will abandon it. Never, ever stop. The protest must continue. The protest has to continue. We continue, please, this very morning. Ghost workers, which is people who don't exist, but they're getting salary. So who is getting it? Is the government official. That man will tell you, oh, don't tamper with Nigeria, our nation. He's a thief. About 20 ghost schools with hundreds of ghost workers were yesterday discovered in the 13 local government areas of Ebonyi State. The governor made this known during the swearing in of the chairman of Christian/Muslim pilgrim boards. They have pilgrim board at Ebonyi. They have a university there, Islamic University. We'll get to that later. My goodness me. Ebonyi. Dear Lord. And Auditor General of the state held at the Kanu Igbo International Conference Center in Abakaliki. The governor charged them to shun corruption. Easier said than done. Black people to shun corruption. You must be dreaming. The governor charged them to shun corruption as well as to continue to pray for the progress and development of the state. Those sworn in include George Ndukwe Obai, all the rest of them. Let me see. Reverend Father Abraham Wali, the chairman of Ebonyi State Pilgrim Welfare Board, and Abais Egu, Ebonyi Muslim Pilgrim. Abais Egu is the head of the Muslim Pilgrims Board in Ebonyi. We are finished, aren't we? We are finished. An Igbo man is the chairman of a Pilgrim Board. Do you find somebody who is the chairman of Christian board coming from Sokoto State? The answer is no. I don't know what is wrong with us. Only Chukwu Abiyama knows. I'm telling you. No wonder he wants to destroy us because of our innate stupidity. I'm telling you. We must continue to do our work. We must continue. How fraudulent Babangida, Abacha, Obasanjo shared the Zoo oil block national cake. Is any of them from Niger Delta? No. Are they from Ishekiri? No. Are they from Isobo? No. Are they from Isoko? For where? Oh, maybe they're from Izon that they call Ejo. The answer is no. Are they from Igbo land, including Ikwere, of course, and Ogoni? The answer is no. Are they from Ibibio? No. Efik, Kwano? For where? Let us say they are from Igede? No. Are they from Idoma? No. Are they from Igala? No. Who are these people enjoying oil block? Are they from anywhere in Biafra land? No. Are they from the southeast? No. Are they from south? No. Who are these people? Awasa Fulani Muslims. That is why they believe in one Nigeria. That is why. Let us give you information this morning. The process of sharing the Zoo oil block, which is Biafran oil, more or less. In fact, the process of sharing the oil in Biafra land, which they call the Nigerian national cake, because that very cake is only baked in Biafra land, not baked anywhere else. You know, when you're baking cake now, you bring the flour, you mix it, you bring the icing cake, you bring sugar, you put everything together. Somebody must be bringing all these things. If you say that as you bake a cake to belong to everybody, you must bring something when you're coming. So this national cake of oil and gas, Awasa, are you bringing in technical expertise? Are you the white people working for? The answer is no. Awasa, what are you bringing to the baking of the national cake? Nothing. Britain said they should have it, and that's it. Allow me to continue, please. The process of sharing the Biafran oil the oil in Biafra land, including southeast and south-south. Because that word, even south-south itself doesn't make sense to me. There is no place in the world that is a cardinal point that is south-south. I don't know. I can't understand how people say they want me to go mad, you know. I think maybe it's deliberate. Our people are stubbornly ignorant because they want me to go mad. I have been checking my geography book. There is no place called South-South in the whole world. There is no cardinal point that is South-South. But people are proud to say we are from South-South. What do you think should happen to such people? Do you think they're human beings? Did they go to school? Only heaven knows. Discretionary allocation of oil blocks entails that a president can reward the girlfriend who performs wonderfully well in bed with oil block with the capacity for cumulative yield of over $20 billion. A girlfriend. As long as the girl is good, they buy you a house, and before you know it, you'll be controlling oil block worth $20 billion. Meanwhile, teachers don't have money to, there's no money to pay salary. This is what our Hausa men are doing. Let's continue, please. My goodness me. Babangida, Abacha, Abdul Salami, and Obasanjo awarded oil blocks to their girlfriends, their wives, their associates, their family members, PDP party chieftains, APC party chieftains, security chiefs, and all categories of bootlickers, spokespersons, cult members without any laid-down procedures. You will see somebody say, I am a general, chief of army staff. He's there because of oil block. It's a national cake. Everybody wants a cut of the cake themselves. My goodness. The recipients of such oil block will get funds from ever-willing offshore financiers and partners to graciously settle the benefactors, the awarders, facilitators, and commander-in-chief through fronts. Because once Babangida gives you oil block now, you have to go and start developing it. You get money from abroad. You with the relevant bank documents, you come and settle him now. Or you give the money to the girlfriend or to the son. Do you know Babangida's son, he rides a special horse for his polo. Do you know who trains him on Muhammad, how to play polo? Is a man from Argentina. In fact, I'm sure that the grass the horse eats, they bring it from the Pampas region of Argentina. Because the Pampas is a place where it's only grass that grows there. Nothing, only grass. Maybe because when it comes to questionism, which is horse, the Argentines are very good. So Babangida's son, a special horse trainer, somebody to train the horse, is imported from abroad. Do you understand it? The horse trainer is imported from Argentina. Imagine how much they get paid. But teachers don't have any salary, But the son of somebody who stole money is there enjoying the services of an expatriate. The work of this Argentine is to take care of Muhammad's horse only. To play polo, polo. They throw something, they're running up and down and hitting it. That's all. Let's continue. Signature bonuses which are paid when an investor successfully bids, wins, and signs agreements with the petroleum ministry, running into tens of millions and sometimes hundreds of millions of naira, is often waived off. There is actually no waiver. Rather, a diversion of what would have been paid to the government coffers is paid into a private person's purse as appreciation of, gift. That is why those in the petroleum ministry, they never ever want to retire because of the money coming in. I work in NNPC. Please come and join me, Jare, and praise Jesus. Jesus has done it for me. My pastor prayed. I'm now in NNPC. I'm in petroleum ministry in Abuja. Yes, so we are managing. This is somebody with money being paid into their private accounts every blessed day. That is why they want one Nigeria. Not because they love Nigeria. You must be dreaming. Nobody loves Nigeria. It's because of the national cake. Where is that money coming from? I ask. From Biafra land. Or Haji Ebema Uguta. It's coming from our mama. The oil is coming from Aguleri. The oil is coming from Ungwaland. Oh my goodness me. The zoo, therefore, is losing billions of dollars in diverted revenue anytime any round of auction occurs because Babangida, Abacha's children, the looters and the, they're everywhere. Vagabonds, wretched, primitive accumulators of wealth. Babangida's son will be rich. The children will be rich forever and ever now. The billions they have accumulated, they don't do anything. In fact, they only have money now to be fermenting trouble, to be raising Boko Haram here and there, to spread Islam. They have enough money. It's not just that they need the money, just to be spreading Islam, to be controlling, Alamajiri culture, to be controlling as many people as possible. There is OML 110 with high yield OBE oil fields. It was given to Cavendish Petroleum, owned by Alhaji Mai Daribe, the Borno patriarch, in 1996. Who gave it to him? Sani Abacha, another was Safulani. It has returned over 500 million barrels of oil. In layman's language and using average benchmark of $100 per barrel, translates to $50 billion worth of oil reserve. Where is that oil? It's in Biafra land. Where is the man from Borno State? What has Borno got to do with oil? Welcome to the zoo called Nigeria. You rob Peter to pay Paul. Every blessed day. Should we continue? Of course, we'll continue this lecture in the evening. This is Radio Biafra. And now let us look at the people where this 500 billion yield is coming from. Let us look at their plight and see. This man is from Borno, Do you know that in the villages where this oil is coming from, people own the land. They've been farming there for thousands of years. Let us now go and see what has become of them. Some of them say, oh, we are Niger Delta, we are not Biafra. And I keep saying to them, do you want all your problems to stop? If the answer is yes, rise up and say, I am a Biafran. You see what will happen to you. Any day we rise up, they say we shouldn't go to war. Okay. Any day we all rise up as one. Ishekiri, Isobo, which they call Urobo, Isoko, Izon, Igala, Idoma, Igbo, Ibibio, Efik, Igede. Any day you all rise up and say we are Biafrans, there is nothing the world can do about it. You are gone and you're free. If you want to be drinking crude oil in the morning as tea, you can do so. The problem is not the oil and gas. Is that they are using the oil and gas to oppress us. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is where they get the money now to give to Boko Haram to buy weapons to be killing you. So you don't know. Oh, then, sorry then, if you don't know. The people of Ekpe, Obokofia, and Abachieke communities in Ohajebema Council area of Imo State have raised the alarm on the degradation of their environment, health, and means of livelihood occasioned by the activities of the Nigerian Ajip Oil Company. The communities have also appealed to the state and federal government of the zoo to please come to their aid and forestall the destruction of their natural habitat and put a firm check on the life-threatening activities of oil companies. People in all these places, they are crying. People are worried about their plight in relation to the oil fields. But do you know that in Borno, somebody called, Mai Mohammed or whatever they're called, they're enjoying 500 billion worth of oil reserve. Haji Ebema. People in Haji Ebema, they are begging to go to farm to harvest cassava. Do you understand what we're saying? That the zoo must fall? Do you see what they're doing to you? Because if they ask you, you say, oh, Nigeria, my country. Of course, now it's Nigeria doing it to you. Who else will do it to you? People are begging to go and harvest cassava. They want to grind it into and fry it into gari so they can eat. But there is all, you claim that Ajip is destroying. So there must be oil and gas coming from your land. Then where is it? We don't know. It's owned by Awasa man from Borno. Awasa man from Borno. Is the man an oil executive? No. He's just there. They just gave it to him as a gift, as a dash. Now you understand, don't you? Now you know why we need Biafra. The relevant authorities should investigate the source of the mystery corpses. The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, recently raised alarm that it has discovered 53 bodies suspected to have been extrajudicially killed by the police. The bodies were dumped in the mortuary of the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital at Ituku in Ozala in Enugu State. The bodies were discovered in the course of investigation into the alleged extrajudicial killing of one Chukuma Ihezie by men of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, the SARS of Enugu State Police Command. These are Awasa people, Boko Haram, wearing police uniform and killing our people. How many people have they killed now and dumped their bodies in one go? 52 people. Plus Ihezie, making it 53. These are Igbo boys being killed by Awasa men, dumping them at UNTH. On top of that, Okorocha is supporting Awasa people because they are his boyfriends. Okorocha is supporting Awasa people because they initiated him into Islam and into their Oboni cult. You know, he's a member of Oboni now. Haven't you seen the papers to see that very well? They initiate them into all this nonsense and they unleash mayhem on their people and they cannot speak. Where is the World Igbo Congress? They cannot speak. People say I insult, you know, because of course some of you are black, you don't have any brain. You say we are rude to Haneze, Ndi Igbo na Ndi Atoro. How come your children are being killed and you cannot speak? 53 bodies dumped at the mortuary in one go. Nobody says anything about it. Apart from myself and a few others that traveled to Amansea to go and see Ezu River and to pay homage to the victims. Nobody has ever bothered. Have they talked about Ezu River anymore? The answer is no. I know what I'm waiting for. Then we unleash mayhem on P2B. He must produce the autopsy report of Ezu River victims. He must. Extrajudicial execution violates Section 33 of the Zoo Constitution, Article 4 of the African Charter on Human Rights. Amnesty International, are you listening? Because we don't control the oil. Nobody gives a damn about our people being killed. 53 people killed. 53 dumped at mortuary. Being slaughtered by our people. In fact, at the invitation of Igbo governors. Our man, police commissioner, is busy killing everybody they meet on the road. If they ask you for money, you don't give them police, they will execute you. Nigerian police executing people. When we start, they say, oh no, look at them, oh, they want to start terrorism. But the Nigerian police is right now terrorizing innocent Biafrans for no reason, killing our people. Their bodies are there at Enugu UNTH mortuary. Go and see for yourselves. When we begin now, they say, oh, look at them. The Nigerian state is the one running a terrorist outfit, killing our people. I hope you understand it. Killing our people. Why are they doing so? Because the North believes this is their duty and right to rule. Somebody wrote a book, or in fact a paper called Caliphate Colonialism. People don't know that under Sokoto Caliphate bondage. You know, the way I see some people in Niger Delta is that the way they support Hausa Fulani and the Caliphate called Nigeria, the Zoological Republic, is the same mentality. You know, it's called the Stockholm Syndrome. You know, when you are under captivity for very long, you begin to like the man that kidnapped you and is keeping you captive. It's called the Stockholm Syndrome. So I don't blame them. For some of them from Niger Delta, I don't blame them because they are dumb. They are dumb because it's the Stockholm Syndrome. They don't know they're living under the bondage of Caliphate. How many of you own oil wells from Niger Delta? I say, how many of you? You are begging to be pipeline security guard. You're a militant. Your job is to safeguard oil pipeline belonging to Awasa and Yoruba people. And you say you're a militant. Oh dear me. Oh dear. Let's continue. Oh dear me. Since Buhari, let me tell you what one man said to Asare Dokobo before. His name is, what's his name again? His name is Osman Farouk. He said this thing in August of 2012. His name is Osman Farouk. He was the military governor of Northwest State during the Yakubu Gowon regime. It was written by Chinwizu on Caliphate Colonialism, which was launched in Lagos in 2013. Let me tell you what this man said to Asare Dokubo. He said, we subdued the Yorubas and conquered the Ijaws. We will do it again. And they have done it under Yaradua, didn't they? Remember the time they came, killed everybody. they started their amnesty program. Where is the amnesty program today? Hunger is killing people abroad and they're running back. Because you did not say you are a Biafran and stand on it. That is why you will continue to run from pillar to post. No apologies to anybody. No apologies to anybody, sadly. We subdued Yoruba. Yoruba is is Yoruba. They're human beings. I don't regard them as human beings. And conquered the Ijaws. Do you see how they cannot say we conquered Biafra? Because that is the word that everybody is afraid of. Because Nigeria did not defeat Biafra. Britain did. With the docility of America and the technology of Russia. Without it, we'll be in Mali. I'm telling you. It's only the British. And because some of you suffer from inferiority complex. Once a white man speaks, you're jumping up. Because you're inferior. You are black from Africa. Since the terrorist and pedophile Buhari was elected president, non-caliphate pundits have been publicly offering suggestions on the changes he should make. There are changes the pundits can fix the zoo problems like corruption, the bloated and costly government structures, the lavish emoluments of legislators and the likes, fooled by Buhari's change mantra. They imagine that when what concerns them fixing the zoo in the interest of the ordinary baboon and monkey called the Nigerian is also in the interest of Buhari. But unfortunately, most baboons and monkeys called Nigerians have no clue about Buhari's caliphate agenda to inflict permanent caliphate colonialism on the zoological republic. They have no liking about the sort of change Buhari has come to inflict. They delude themselves because these are black people incapable of reasoning. Sometimes they attack Radio Biafra, they attack me, and they say what you're doing is because of the things I say about black people. That's what's annoying them. Because some of them, they have their white friends, and when they go to their white friend's house, they are making mockery of them, saying, but are you a monkey or you're a baboon? They say, but you are being racist. They say, no, I listen to Radio Biafra, and that's what they're calling you. So they come out very upset, and I love it. When they're upset, especially Yoruba, Awusa Fulani, I love it. These days they pretend, they say, oh, my name is what's the name again? They love to answer, Idawari, or Idawarifa Edward. They say, I'm from Niger Delta. He's a Yoruba boy on Facebook answering Idawarifa Edward. Saying, don't touch our Ejo, don't touch our Niger Delta. They think we don't know them. Of course we know them very well. And some of you respond to them because you think they are from Niger. Of course they are not from Niger. These are Yoruba. These are people who are fraudsters, natural fraudsters. They forge everything. So to answer somebody's name is not a problem for them. After all, as the policeman once said in London, you go back as Olu, you come back as Olubode. They will forge their names now. It's not a problem for them. But some of you engage them in debate, thinking you're debating somebody from Biafra land, from the southern part of Biafra. You don't know you're discussing with an absolute idiot with a forged name, as forged life that they possess in Yoruba land. We will continue, of course, because they have come to colonize everybody. That is something that they don't know, but we know here on Radio Biafra. Because if you have common sense, they cannot colonize you. Not at all, not at all, not at all. Boko Haram, you cannot just kill people and shout Allahu Akbar. This is not Islam. But Buhari, we are telling you today, what they're shouting is Sai Buhari. That's what they shout. Sai Buhari. The pedophile and terrorist Muhammadu Buhari declared yesterday that Boko Haram militants and their gory activities did not in any way, they mean to say, represent Islam or any other religion, saying it was ludicrous for them to kill innocent human beings and claim they did it so in Allah's name. Thank you very much for that. But Buhari, when you said that you will soak the blood of baboons in blood, what did you mean? Innocent baboons or guilty baboons? But they can't ask him, can they? You started Boko Haram. You said, if I do not win, I will make the country ungovernable. Then Boko Haram started killing people to win. And you won because of Boko Haram violence. Because America and Britain said the only person to stop Boko Haram is one of theirs as well. One of them. And it's Buhari. Is that not how you won? You know, black people. They can confuse some of you, but not those of us who are hardcore Biafrans. You cannot, bamboozle or cheat us. No. We are more knowledgeable than you are. So how can you? One person has been killed and several others sustained gunshot wounds following attack on mourners by a suspected Fulani headsman. He's always Fulani. And do you know where Buhari comes from? He's a Fulani man of Katsina. Katsina was the very first. It was a very vibrant and thriving Habe monarchy state in those days. Very, very strong in the ancient world. Very, very strong. That was the place that Othman Danfodio, the bringer of Fulani rule, they employed him as an ordinary teacher. Othman Danfodio. He was an ordinary teacher. They employed him in the house of the Habe king, Awasa king of Katsina, to be teaching the children. Because they came down, they're visitors, Fulani people. They are not original to the place. They were trading. They will come from Mali. They will come from Senegal. They will come basically from Timbuktu and from Senegal. They will come to trade at Sokoto. From telling you, they come to your house. You tell them, oh, sit down at the sitting room. I'm coming. Before you come out, they're now in the bedroom, lying down on the bed, asking you to bring them food and water on your own bed. Then it's too late. You can no longer move them out. That's how they came now. They employed Othman Danfodio to be teaching the child of the Habe king of Katsina, Awasa king. From there, he decided that Awasa people were too corrupt. That was his reason, that Awasa is always corrupt. That the Islam they were practicing is not a very good one. He wants to bring a more purified one, which is Wahhabism, Sunni Muslim. And then they came. It was Awasa people that helped to kill their own kings in battle. Awasa. And then Fulani took Awasa over. Awasa started to behave like a zombie towards Fulani. Anything Fulani tells them to do, that is exactly what they do. And now, today, Fulani is everywhere. And the Awasa people are their bodyguard and megad. And cattle there. Very sadly. Their headsmen have now killed people in Benue. One person has been killed and several others sustained gunshot wounds following attack on mourners by a suspected Fulani headsman. The bloody attack took place at the weekend in the Imande Bebeshi Moon District in Kwande local government area in Benue State. Every day there is death to report. Every blessed day there is death to report. Very sad indeed, isn't it? We continue. Yoruba group is now asking Buhari to try and it's quite interesting, isn't it? Always asking Buhari to do something. Yoruba. The Coalition for Yoruba Autonomy. Oh, please shut up. I'm not even going to read this news. Coalition for Yoruba Autonomy. Every time. They've been playing this useless game all the time. Anytime somebody is in power, Yoruba will come. We want to be autonomous. We want regionalism. Nonsense. You give them their own, you renew their oil block and they just go back and sit down. Benga, Akifenwa, nonsense, Yoruba people. Cowards they are. Every time. Oh, we want to be autonomous because you're not in power. Once you give them what they want, they go and sit down. If you want autonomy, why don't you come out and support Biafra then? If you want autonomy. The same thing Ojukwu was discussing at Aburi. Did you agree to it? The answer was no. Go and ask Gowon and he will tell you. Borno State Police Command said yesterday 2 suspected Boko Haram suicide bombers attacked the Sabongeri village market in Damboa, local government area, killing 5 persons, including the suspects, and injuring 5 others. Who are these people killing people? Awasa Fulani. Who are the people with the oil money? Awasa Fulani. Who are the ones with their children abroad studying? Awasa Fulani. Who are the ones with all the political appointments? Awasa Fulani. Goodness me. Goodness me. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's continue. At least 9 people were killed and 7 others abducted in a renewed communal clash between the Odeke community in Ebaji local government area of Kogi and the people of Enugu Otu in Aguleri in Anambra East local government area of Anambra State. The incident also led to the destruction of property worth over 1 billion belonging to the Anambra Orient Petroleum Limited. That is the problem. It is a problem there. They need to resolve it. They need to resolve that very problem. If it means we have to send a delegation to them, that is exactly what IPOB has to do. The killing must stop. It must stop. It needs to stop. The Union of Teachers, the Zoo Union of Teachers, NUT, President is Michael Olukoya. Yesterday, I said 37 teachers died on Tuesday's blast in Sabongeri, Zaria, Kaduna State. Olukoya said many other teachers who were also victims of the blast are hospitalized in various health centers in the state. According to him, 272 teachers have so far died in the hands of Boko Haram. Who are Boko Haram? 272 teachers dead. Who killed them? Awasa Fulani people killed them. They don't want Western education, but the West love them. And that is why I said, stop pandering to the British. They won't love you. Britain love it when you're hard. If you're a cold-blooded killer, if you're a cold-hearted killer, then Britain will love you. They said they don't want Western education. Don't Britain love them? Of course they do. But all of you struggling for Western education, saying, "Oh, we are serving the British. We went to school." They don't want to know who you are. Common sense. World Igbo Congress has reaffirmed its support for Senator Ike Ekweremadu as the Deputy President of the Senate and strongly condemned any call for his resignation, threats to his life and liberty. Also, Ndi Igbo in diaspora, under the auspices of World Igbo Congress, has condemned its strongest times any intimidation, blackmail, threat. They issued this statement from Denton, Texas. Their media director is Acho Orabuchi. He was saying that Senator Ike Ekweremadu shall not resign a position that clearly and legally won in a fair and free election, an election in which his peers fully participated and overwhelmingly elected him based on his impeccable credentials and unparalleled antecedents. This person is writing from Texas, but he has not written anything about Boko Haram at Igbo. They have not written anything about the death of 53 people now at Enugu mortuary extrajudicially murdered because there is no money to be made from it. They may withdraw my coming to see them in September. That's entirely up to them. I don't care. Even if when I go in September, I will still tell them the truth. I will tell them the gospel truth. They may not like it, but that is their business. I'll tell them the truth because that truth is what will set them free. All of them. The Anambra State Governor, Willie Obiano, has announced that the Boko Haram detainees at Ekulobia prison in Agua local government area of the state will soon be relocated out of Anambra. This, he said, was the outcome of the security meeting held with 7-man delegation from the National Security Advisor. Obiano made the declaration shortly after a closed-door meeting with his visitors and other stakeholders on Wednesday at the Governor's Lodge in Awka, the Anambra State capital. He revealed that the Boko Haram detainees in Ekulobia prison in Agua local government area of the state will soon be relocated out of Anambra. Not just out of the entire southeast, not say Anambra, out of the entire Biafra land, please. A zoo coroner in Lagos on Wednesday said a mega church run by one of Africa's best-known preachers, former Muslim, of course, and a con man, a con artist, should be prosecuted over a building collapse last year which killed 115 people, most of them South Africans. The coroner, Oyetade Komolafe, blamed poor construction work for the collapse of a Lagos church guest house on September 12, 2014, and said weak foundations led to the disaster. You know that on TV, people from South Africa are, blacks from South, black people are now stupidity watching. Oh, he has done a miracle. A blind man can now see. They boarded their aircraft to come and get miracle as well. Maybe that's suffering from HIV. There's high incidence of HIV in South Africa. AIDS. Maybe to come and get cure for AIDS. And they died because the building collapsed. He couldn't see it in his vision that the building was about to collapse, People who are worshipping Satan, claiming they are worshipping the Most High. The pedophile and terrorist Buhari appointed his own niece, Amina Bala Zakari, into the position of INEC chairman. An Awasa Fulani man is the president, Awasa Fulani woman, INEC chairman. Who do you think will win the next election? The zoological republic. That is how I can treat the news. What else? There was pandemonium on Monday at Uselu quarters in Benin City as a 44-year-old man identified as Oshayande Ekato reportedly died during a deliverance in one of the new generation churches, Hope Ministries International, also known as Holy Ghost Deliverance Center. So if you want to be delivered, you go there, not to a hospital. You have an ailment. So you think The science that brought about doctors and medicine, they are foolish. So right now you have a lump in your breast cancer. You keep praying, oh, the lump will just disappear like that. Do you see how foolish black people are? Anyway, this man went there. The father of the deceased is Pa Erase Ekato. He lamented that the son visited him the previous day to inform him he was attending a deliverance in the church. That he quickly obliged him the request. He said, confusion, however, enveloped the deliverance center when he heard the deceased crying out for help. They forced my son down and tied his both legs and hands. This is deliverance, so the zoo style, black people. These are con artists. They dupe people into giving them money. Everybody is a thief. The government is stealing. Everybody is a rogue. Bank managers stealing money from banks of people. Everybody, pastors are criminals. I say these are rogues, black people, thieves with the Bible. They tied his both legs and hands. They carried a bucket full of water and poured it on his body. The mother asked why, and they said that it is what they usually do to calm him down after struggling for 5 minutes, only for Oshayade to die in the church. The deceased father said in anguish. Sister of the deceased, Mrs. Omorege, Osas, who suspected foul play in the death of his late brother, at least they will sell his organs to India. So some of you can now fly to India for surgery. That's what happens in the zoo. Let's continue. They beat him to death because the cloth he was putting on was pulled from his body. They are beating him to beat out the evil spirit from him. Do you see how foolish black people are? Foolish. Don't worry, on Sunday they will go to church and sow their seed and water their tithe. Are you sure black people, are you sure we can be saved from our ignorance? Black people? Are you sure we can be saved from this debilitating stupidity that seems to envelop us all the time? Anyway, they asked the pastor, he said, we have been taking care of his father who has no money. We don't kill, beat, or destroy souls here. If they bring people with insanity here, we heal them. Psychiatric problem. And you think by praying, it will rearrange the brain cells. Black people are even more stupid than I had thought. That concludes our news this very morning. We are live and we are direct. And the whole world, of course, is paying attention and listening. Our lines will now open. You will be able to call us. We will be duty bound, obliged to take your call. The coordinator's line is also open. And you are at liberty to call Radio Biafra. You can call us. If you do so, we will, of course, take your call. Once again, we are live. Once again, we are direct. And both heaven and earth are indeed listening. They are listening. Live and direct we are this very morning. The number to call for those of you in Sapele, for those of you in Warri, the number to call is 081 738 13596. I repeat, 081 738 13596. We have an inquiry line if you want to start a family where you are, or you have questions, or you need answers to a particular issue. The inquiry line for everybody to call, including those wishing to set up a new family meeting, is 090-9077-6589. I repeat, 090-9077-6589. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. For those of you wishing to contact us via the inquiry line, you know the number to call. I am going to the phone line now. The caller on the phone, make sure your volume is turned down. Walk away from where you are. Please, please, please. Give us your name and where you're calling us from.
Director, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, my dear brother. I welcome your voice. Is very strong. Please go ahead.
So, Director, I'm overwhelmed by receiving, by connecting you this morning. I am calling from Aba.
Wonderful.
I'm by name.
Thank you.
From Enugu State, but I resided at Aba here.
Thank you.
Director, I love you.
And I love you too, my dear brother. I love you too. Go ahead.
Director, I love you. My heart is beating, full of joy. Ever since this radio station started, I'm following all the proceedings. I love you.
Thank you.
The letter when Ojukwu died, we Biafrans are crying that all is finished. Those even our enemies are mocking us of us that this is the end of us. But I really thank God Almighty for raising you from nowhere. Oh God, Director, I am overwhelming.
Thank you very much.
Director, may God protect you. May God protect you and all the IPOB people that is assisting this struggle. Director, you know the place where this Hausa and Fulani people, all these so-called Muslims, where they killed themselves finally is because they did not recommend the Savior Jesus Christ. But instead, they recommend Muhammad. That is where they have faults. And from there, they will kill themselves finish. Because Bible says that in John 14 verse 6, before you can come to God himself, you will come through Jesus. But they forget it there. Director, may God protect you.
And you
may God continue giving you wisdom to drive this mission through and flow. The world is listening. Nigeria is on fire.
Of course they are.
Nigeria is on fire. Nigeria is on fire. Nigeria is on fire. And they will remain on fire. They will remain on fire.
He said,
keep on the record.
Of course we will.
God is with you.
And also with you. And also with you. Thank you very much. A very compelling call this very morning from our dear brother from Abba. Very, very compelling, and I love it. I love when we receive our first call. It sets the template for the rest of the day. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And heaven is, of course, watching over our proceedings on earth. The caller on the coordinator's line, I wonder if you can hear me.
Good morning, my director.
Good morning to you.
Director, this is Ezechukwu Kechukwu calling from Asaba right now.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Director, I want to announce ministers' prayers to tell them that it's almost time for the prayers. All the ministers of the gospel in Asaba, all of them, if they are hearing me now, please come to our venue. They know our venue.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, they know our venue, so they should be in our venue now. We are waiting for them there. And I want to tell those who are in Panam that as many that want to join IPOB in Panam, they should call this number that I'm about to call now. 080-723-723-22. I call it again. 080-723-723-22. Director, I pray for you that the hand of the Almighty God will strengthen you.
He said,
no evil shall befall you.
He said,
every pit of the enemies, they shall enter into their pit.
He said,
and I pray that the blood of the innocent Biafrans that go on, Babangida, Obasanjo, Buhari have killed, will rise against Nigeria.
He said,
and my prayer again is that the Almighty God, the God of the Biafran land, to kindle his fire of understanding in the life of every Biafran, that they may rise to find this just cause, because it is time for us to go. And if you are hearing it, the ministers are hearing me, and you are angry about my prayer, remember that it was signs and wonders that God did against Pharaoh that made Pharaoh to let Israelites go. If you are a good Bible scholar, you should go to the book of Exodus and read very well. So I pray that the Hausa Fulani, they will never know peace. They will use their weapon, the same weapon they used in destroying our fathers and mothers, 1967, 1970, to destroy them. They will never know peace. They will be eating their flesh. Like the word of God says in the book of Isaiah chapter 49, verse 24 to 26. He said that you will feed those that are fighting us with their own flesh, and they'll be drunk with their own blood. So all of them, every enemy of the Biafra, they will be fed with their own flesh, and they'll be drunk with their own blood as a sweet wine. So my director, May God bless us, bless all our COCs, bless Uchemefo, bless Uchen Asebu, bless Engineer Iruanya, Balsaiman Mezu, Nenanya, Karo Monde, and all of us.
Thank you very much. He said, let you cook be blessed because they're working exceptionally hard for their nation. Everybody, the people involved in the administration of all our sides, Mazi Chukwudi former. Those of you who are responsible for setting up new zones everywhere, our own deputy COC, Mazi Onenyi in Los Angeles, California, USA, from where he is ensuring the effective coordination of Biafran families all over the world. People are working very, very hard every blessed day to ensure that this very gospel is preached and heard all over the world, and we welcome them. Thank you very much, my dear brother. We welcome those of you that pray for us all the time. Because of your prayers, Chukwu Abiyama is making sure that things are happening. I'm telling you. I have a caller now on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Hello, my honorable director.
Yes, please give us your name.
Sir, from Thailand.
Good morning from here in another kingdom. From Thailand, give us your name, please.
My name is Mba Excellence, sir.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
From Thailand.
From Thailand, thank you. Go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
Director, first of all, I have to thank you for the journey throughout Europe and the rest of the place you have gone since last week.
Thank you.
Very happy for you. Thank God. Thank you for returning you back to London. And I want to thank my deputy, our COC, our super coordinator, and our HR rep. May God continue to bless all of you. In Chukwuabiama's name we pray.
You say?
Director, I want to talk about this man, Oshomole Abi Onyoshi or Oshi. I remember last 2 years ago, that man went to where people were hawking on the road. He went there. I don't know whether he went there to investigate or to go and look at people that are hawking on the roadside. Because he have been fleeing them with poverty that they cannot even afford money to eat. These idiots, this woman rapper, the woman was telling him that he has no husband. You know the response of this Onyoshi? He said, if you are a widow, go and die. The thing is still on YouTube. He told the woman, if you are a widow, you should go and die. Go and die and join your husband.
So this is the man importing 36 girls from all over South Africa to come and be with them and their corrupt friends. Sending out private jets to go and pick up little girls all over Africa. Spending teachers' salaries on little girls. Teachers' salaries. People's well-being. I don't believe it. Honestly. What is happening in that zoo is unimaginable. Please go ahead.
And he has the mouth to come and say something about corruption about our sister. This man is the most, after Obasanjo, the second most ugly person in Nigeria. Like you said the other day, if this man was, let's say this man is a civil servant, and that Ethiopian guy marry him?
Of course not.
Let me ask him.
Of course not.
He cannot, because there's nothing in him. And you have the temerity and the effrontery to say that our sister is corrupt. When he published the paper, what was your response? Haven't you go to your mouth since all this way? And talk about terrorist Buhari, the pedophile. I've been battling with them since last 4 weeks now in Vanguard newspaper. They said SSS is watching all that, doing this and that. I said this is not Masop. This is not movement for Masop people. This is not a Masop movement. This is IPOB. When intelligent and people who are blessed by God that fight freedom, and there's a little bit. There is always a difference. When we went to Abia on Thursday, did we spoil any person property? Did we sort phone? Ordinary crusade the Kumuyi is having, they will steal phone, they will steal anything. Did anybody plead there for anything that he lost that very day? and are talking about Biafra. When we rise up, nobody can stop us. And all these useless Yoruba and Hausa newspaper are talking about Radio Biafra. You know, they used Radio Biafra that day to say something they were not able to say. They were like reading all your old statements and trying to use that opportunity to say something they were not able to say in their media.
That is true. I think you're actually right. What they're doing is that they claim they are quoting Radio Biafra, but they are saying things that they would not normally say. Things they want to say, but they cannot say it.
I read it and I was look at these people. Think they were not in a good day. They cannot be able to say such a thing on media, and they're saying it because Radio Biafra have said it. They thought the only thing you have given us that we know that we are on it now is that we are not afraid of any human being. And there is one guy I want to report to Radio Biafra. This stupid guy is in Thailand. He have been threatening, though. You say we should not share the blood of any Biafran, but if this guy continue to threaten our people,
are you sure he's a Biafran? Have you checked the father? How can you say he's a Biafran?
We have checked he's not a, but he said his name is Mayor Joseph Mayor.
No, he's not a Biafran. No, he's not.
He's from Ekulobia. I've investigated.
No, I said go to Ekulobia. Ask his village people if at all he's from a village. Let them find out. They will tell you the mother was very wayward. Some of them were following Awasa people. Don't you know that? And Awasa pregnated them. They gave birth to rubbish. And he's one of them. Why are you concerning yourself with such people? We know where to find them. Please try and deal with it. Don't worry yourself or lose sleep over such idiots. Let me tell you something. Maybe you can learn from what we do. I don't want to go through any day without somebody from somewhere being upset or attacking us. I don't like it. It means we are being complacent. We need to be annoying people. It's very, very important. That is how human beings reason, especially black people. Very, very important. So don't worry about that. The more they do, the more popular you become. Don't you know that? We know what we are doing. The more they come after you, the more popular you become. How do you think we got to where we are today? It's by people yapping and gossiping. The more they gossip, the more people will hear about us, and the more they want to come and discover who we are. And once they come, they get hooked. The caller on the thank you very much. The caller on the coordinator's line, can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, my director.
Good morning to you. Give us your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm calling from Togo. I'm the coordinator in Togo. Name's Onyekachi Victor Natise.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
I thank you for the work you are doing, and may Shukwa Biama bless you.
You say, and bless you too.
In the name of Yeshua.
You say.
I want to use this opportunity to announce our meeting today for all our brothers in Togo that we are having our meeting in Asiyeye behind Radio Zefi. Please come in a mass. We want everybody to come, because I used to go to my friend's house when I see them listening to Radio Biafra, but they're not part of our meeting. I want them to come to our meeting. 6 o'clock in the evening. We are having our meeting today. Please, I want everybody to come. If you don't know the place or you want to locate the place, you should call this number. 9965 0040 9965 0040. Thank you, our director.
Thank you very much, Madabora. Thank you. There is a meeting in Togo. A very solid meeting today in Togo. The family is very strong in Togo. Go and join them, find out what they're doing, and be part of it. I have a caller on the phone. Can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. The line wasn't very good. It wasn't very palatable. They couldn't hear me. Let's go back to the line again and see who is there. I have a caller on the phone. Turn your system down. Move away from where you are, please. Your name. This is Radio Biafra.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
My name is Chuku. I'm calling you from Enugu State.
Thank you very much. Where in Enugu are you precisely? You said Enugu State. Where are you in Enugu State?
Emene.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Director, I want to thank you this morning because of the wonderful work God has been using you to do to our people.
We praise Him.
Then I want to sing a music for our people. That music go like this. Batani mo bondioma ede biafana boya bondioma. So I want to tell our people, my people. There's a lady that called yesterday night who talked about Jonah. My own warning.
You have less than 1 minute for your call.
Please go
ahead. That hear this lady, anybody that hear this gospel, the person will not still refuse to join what we are doing. It's not Biafran blood.
Of course.
That is the truth. And for my own side, my own warning, if everybody have heard the assuming that, no, I'm not forcing, but I want assuming the people have already separated all Biafran land. People that hear this thing come together by themselves. They don't need immediately the person hear the truth. You must go and find the family and join them and be part and parcel of what they are doing, because this is our time. So any person that hear this gospel over and over, and people keep on preaching to the people to come and join. For me, I can't do something like that. The people is not there. They are from people.
I don't know how that happened. They said we didn't call them. Welcome to the zoo, the infrastructure. We didn't call them, and we are hearing and saying is 1 minute left. Somebody called us and they're telling us we have 1 minute. Amazing stuff. Our dear sister, thank you very much for that. I welcome that. Thank you very, very much. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And heaven is, of course, presiding over our proceedings. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Director.
Thank you very much. Please, your name and where you are.
Good morning, Director.
Good morning to you.
This is the voice of Chikeluba, Izuchukwu and Ebuka.
Thank you.
I'm calling from Ubesi Asian Kingdom in Anambra State of Biafra land.
Thank you very much.
Director, I will not stop thanking you for all this your effort to see that Biafra is restored and Biafran people be loosed from bondage of the House of Fulani and their master from Britain. Our Heavenly Father, Almighty God, will continue to guide and protect you.
He say and protect you too.
And your family.
All
the time. For you to see that this struggle for the restoration of Biafra come to pass. Director, all the place is on fire now.
Is it?
All the place is on fire now.
Very good.
In Anambra State. Because all markets in Anambra State, shops and business premises are shut down for today and tomorrow in protest for the presence of Boko Haram in Anambra State.
Very good.
And the parties as a whole.
Very good.
By the new government of Muhammadu Buhari. Director, I pray that our Heavenly Father, Almighty God, will continue to be with you and we until Biafra is restored. Director, my very person, though I'm getting advanced in age, but I never on earth believe on the zoo called Nigeria in my life because of what we saw during the war. During the war, when these zoo people are killing our people, naming them from north, begin to down here in east. So I am alive and witness all the things, all the atrocities they commit from 1967 to 1969 and 70. I'm not happy. But now, God, you are God sent. You are God sent to liberate our people from the hands of these people that calls you Nigeria, that we have to be on our own. After all, what the zoo called Nigeria has expired. 1914 to 2014, it has expired. Let us go. Let them allow us to go and let them be on their own. They're only struggling for the oil in the Biafra land. They use it to do everything they like because they don't want to hear the name of Biafra. Because when they know that Biafra comes, that the world will take them as nothing again. That is why they are struggling and doing all these things. But still, they are killing our people. I believe that someone who is getting something from somebody will always pay that person in order to be with him, for him to be able to be getting what he's getting from him. But this is by force, by anything, that they must be tapping our oil and be there killing our people here and there every day. Director, I thank you so much for your struggle. God will make it to come to pass.
Yes, sir.
God will continue to be with you and we until Biafra is restored in the name of Yahweh Yeshua.
I say, thank you very, very much for that. This is Radio Biafra. This is our live morning presentation. When we can, of course, represent in the morning as well. Sometimes we play you a recorded program. If we are live, we make that very, very clear. I don't like it when people are calling and the call waiting is going. I just do not like it. I don't like it at all, at all, at all. So we do everything we can to make sure that we remove it. We do everything we can, humanly possible, to ensure that that is no longer the case. I have somebody on WhatsApp. I don't know how clear your voice will be, but we are going to try eventually to see. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning to you. Raise your voice for me. I need your voice to be a bit stronger, please. I need your voice to be strong. Like a young, strong, violent, and vibrant Biafran, please. Go ahead, your name and where you are.
Director, we are here from Aba and we love what you have been doing for us.
Thank you very much. What is your name?
Hello? What is your name? I am Chibuzo Obi from Aba.
Thank you very much, Chibuzo Obi. Go ahead. We are listening to you. Please go ahead.
Sir, we love what you are doing for us. The first speaker called you and said he loved you. And I am saying the same thing now. Sir, we love you so much. The people here in Aba are supporting you with our whole heart.
I know.
And I pray that Chukwu Okika Abiyama will continue to be with you in everything you do. Director, at least we have heard from Willie Obialo, and he's telling us that he will transfer people from the Boko Haram members from Ekulobia outside. We are not saying outside, we mean outside the state, east. Director, hope you are getting me.
Of course, live and we don't want them anywhere. They said outside the state. We're not doing anything with Anambra. The entire Biafra land, Delta State, Bayelsa State, River State, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Imo, Anambra, Ebonyi. Every state you can think of. Imo, Abia, Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi. We don't want them in any of these Biafran states. They can go elsewhere. Please go ahead.
Director, there was this woman who called you the other day. She said she had a dream that she is a prophetess.
Yes.
Can you get me?
Of course, yes.
Director, yes. Of course, yes. I had that same dream. This is the fourth time now. In that dream, God confirmed to me that Buhari is a beast and he is trying to turn this country upside down. And God said to me in that dream, only people that are called by his name shall be saved. When that woman was calling you, and my father was behind me, and I said to him, Dad, look at the dream I told you, I dreamt about, which this woman is repeating the same thing now. And my dad laughed at me and said, yes, that's the confirmation of the dream. Now I'm trying to tell everybody this Buhari now, his regime is demonic. He is trying to turn this country into an extraordinary thing, which man's eye, beyond man's eye, we cannot see.
Of course.
And Director, I am trying to tell you this morning that you should continue with this struggle. We are all behind you, solidly behind you. And may Chukwu Okike Abiama protect you, protect your family. Everything you do, you're going out and you're coming back shall be protected. Even the time you travel outside the country to other countries, proclaiming the good news of this Biafra, I pray that our Creator Chukwu Okike Abiama will protect you for us.
He say.
Sometimes, Director, I wonder the kind of person you are. You don't rest. You keep on proclaiming the good news. I suggest sometime, if not for the sake of this struggle, I suggest you should go and have a bit rest. Even though it's 2 days' time, then you continue your work. You are a human being. We support you, Director.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. And well spoken. Well spoken. Thank you very much. I love Abba. Abba knows how special they are in this effort. Everything started in Abba. Everything started in Abba. Our mothers in 1929. They forced people to rise up against tyranny. That is where Enyimba came from. That is why, if you want something to happen, you are an upright person. You love the truth. You are decent. You're honorable. Abba will never ever fail you. Never. Never ever fail. The caller on the coordinator's line, can you hear me? The whole world is listening. Your name and where you are calling from, because we are Radio Biafra.
My director, thank you very much. This is my name is Igbo from Bahez in Oru, Biafra land, and I reside in Los Angeles, California. Director, I use the opportunity to thank you so much for all your good works, for all the works that you did in Netherlands. And also, I congratulate a lot of brothers in Abba. Abba is rotten. It's wonderful. They're making us so much proud. So much proud. Director, I want to use this opportunity to kind of give some information about the some of the evangelization going on. And I'm really very excited and happy to announce that Chicago will be coming on board.
Wonderful.
Chicago coming on board. MAZI Ekufu, I'm urging him to commence a meeting as soon as possible. Then I'm going to coordinate with him with our national Maram, so that they can be sworn in. Chicago, what is interesting about Chicago, the former zonal coordinator of Chicago was removed due to insubordination. This was about a year ago, and he took some people with him. But unfortunately, some of them have realized that they took the wrong course, so they're coming back, and coming back great. There's about 6 people who are really very interested right now in Chicago. So I'm happy to announce that Chicago will be back very, very soon. They should commence meeting under the auspices of Kelechukwu Ekufu. Fortunately, Kelechukwu Ekufu is from the same place as Alison Madeke. He's a wonderful guy.
That's good. From the same village.
The same village. Then I also urge Venezuela. I'm urging Ifeanyi Najiofo and A.B. Nkume to commence a meeting immediately, within 7 days, and they could get back to me if they have any problem. Venezuela, Ifeanyi Najiofo and A.B. Nkume, I want you guys to commence meeting immediately. Then in Sao Paulo, Brazil, I want MAZI Chinenye Ibemere, MAZI Chinenye Ibemere, and Victoria Chichi to commence meeting immediately, within a week. If you have any problem or anything, you just call me. I'm going to give my number later on. Then also in Republic of Georgia, MAZI Ohemu, Onyebushi Ohemu, I want you to commence meeting immediately too. And once these are done, I will, I'll coordinate with you and the national coordinator so that you can be sworn in and hand them over to you. So these are the areas that have been groomed. I'm also working at Houston will be coming on board very soon. Houston, Little Rock, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Delaware County, and New Orleans. So once these are groomed, the national coordinator will be notified immediately so that they can enroll them appropriately. So director, things are moving very fine, slowly but surely. I'm using this time to urge our brothers from Biafra land and the zoo too. The effectiveness of coordination is enhanced when they call their relatives and brothers and friends in diaspora. It's very effective. So I'm urging them to call their brothers and friends in diaspora to join the IPOB family. And they can give a number to them, and to call me. Again, my name is Iken. I want to name my telephone number. You can note it. It's 323-717-4222. 323-717-4222. You can call me anytime. And I'll get in touch with whoever.
You mean with +1? Is that +1 or 0091?
Yes.
Because it's USA.
Exactly.
Yes, it's USA. Is
yes,
that correct?
Yes, my director, yes. And for the fact that we have a lot of zones coming up, I'm going to indicate this so that any new zonal coordinator should know this. This is, let me read that. This is the Biafran Freedom Fight Creed of Brotherhood. It's very important to know. Number one is you must be without fear in the face of your enemies. Number two, you must be brave and upright that Chukwuabiama may love you. Number three, you will speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. Number four, you will safeguard the helpless and do no wrong. Then also, I want to bring also to the new coordinators, zonal coordinators, regarding what we had it here. I called it a house rules for Biafran restoration. House rules, which were adopted here in Los Angeles, and they work very, very well, and also in US. The house rule we have here, which you can adopt, nationals can adopt it, House rule number one here, is that any Biafran assembly whose monthly contribution is not made shall be put on probation. Any Biafran assembly whose monthly contribution is not made can be put on probation. This can be reformed too. Number two, any zonal coordinator who misses 3 meetings without good cause shall be put on probation. So if any zonal coordinator is missing a meeting, he should call his national and let him know exactly what happened, and he should also get abreast of what was made. And number three, any zonal coordinator that works against Biafran restoration shall be removed. And once you're removed, you're not coming back. Then number four, any zonal coordinator who belongs to the Human Rights Initiative, APC Party, World Igbo Congress, Ohaneze, and any other organization working against the restoration of Biafra shall be removed. My brothers, we have to watch out for what is going on right now, and also abide by the rules of engagement into the restoration of Biafra. I thank you very, very well, very, very much. Thank you, my director. Thank the DOS, and thank all the national coordinators. They are really working very, very hard. All the nationals we have are working very, very hard, and also the zonal coordinators. And lastly, I would like to have these zonal coordinators or national coordinators in this area to contact with me, because I'd like to have a meeting with coordinators in Ghana, Ivory Coast, Morocco, South Africa, Benin Republic, Mozambique, and Senegal. Again, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Morocco, South Africa, Benin Republic, Mozambique, and Senegal. Ghana is not doing very well. I'm not too happy with Ghana. Ghana is not doing very well. I would like to know exactly what's happening. Any help they need, I'll give to them. And any other zonal coordinator or national coordinator who needs any help with evangelization or mobilization, to contact me, and once that is done, we'll run it down to the appropriate quarters, where we have to follow the line of command, please. Anything we do, we follow the line of command. Thank you, my director. Thank you every hardworking Biafra. Thank you, and all hail Biafra. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you very much. The voice of Ikanawan Onenyi, our own super coordinator, of course, and the deputy coordinator of all coordinators. He is the only person with the freedom and the right to go into any zone, any country, any continent in the world and set up a zone. Ikanawan Onenyi has the exclusive right, the only person who can go into a country and reorganize it according to how he sees fit. It doesn't matter the country. And there were some announcements that I will make later on this evening, but I have been prompted to make it this very precise moment. There are bound to be changes, and those changes are being made, and made very expeditiously. The North America continent, I will announce who will be representing us in the North of America, the same with the U.S. national as well. Because Ikanawan Onenyi, being elevated to the position of the deputy COC, has what I call override powers to go into any country, set up any zone, reorganize it, hand it over to the continental rep, who will in turn hand it back over to the national coordinator of that very place. He has that exclusive right, and that is something we must understand and appreciate as a matter of urgency. And as a matter of course, please, very, very important. I have a caller on WhatsApp. I believe if they are still there, they can now speak up and speak out your name and where you are. This is Radio Biafra.
Director, good afternoon here in Malaysia.
And good morning to you from here in the United Kingdom. Please go ahead.
Our time, the Moses of our time, the great Biafrans. We are formidable here in Malaysia. My name is Prince Emeka Nwufo from Agukunre.
Thank you.
I'm calling from Malaysia.
Thank you.
I just received a call from my brother, and he told me that Governor Obiano went to the prison in Ekulobia to give order for the location of the local alarm prisoner back to the where they come from. But Buhari, the pedophile of the zoo, ordered the military man to walk him out from the government house, from the prison.
Oh, hold on. This is a live news now. They walked Willie Obiano away from Ekulobia prison. Is that what you're saying? At the orders of Buhari, ordinary prison people, the soldiers who are there, escorted Obiano out. Is that what you're saying? Because the world is listening.
Well, I received a call from my brother in Oka, the capital of Anambra, of the zoo of Anambra, in the Biafra land. And they walked Obiano out from the prison with the military order from the pedophile Buhari. Yeah. And now the main markets have shut down since morning, and now the Ekoka are going to throw the shutting of the market. Yeah. And now I want to spread the news, because now I want you, director, for you to give us order. We are in Malaysia, we are prepared. We cannot sit there and watching all that pedophile. We can't allow them to attack us first the day they did in 1970, in 1969. If they attack us first, we will be jam-packed. We need to attack them first.
That is also true. That is true. That is why we have asked. There were some funds we asked for. I don't know what they're waiting. People are holding us because there are some things they are supposed to do. We are still waiting for them. We are not in the crayfish market, selling dry prawns. We are in a very serious undertaking of freedom. My dear brother, thank you very much for that very news. Willie Obiano went to Ekulobia prison to ask them to relocate the prisoners. He was walked out by ordinary recruit soldier from Hausa land. I told them these things will happen. You are the ones holding us. We need funds to buy the weapons, and it's over. It is over. We take on the zoo and we destroy them as they come. Our Fulani, they are ready. They have planted their people. But we know what we are doing. They will strike first, and then we destroy them. Be rest assured, we will win eventually. Don't be afraid. We are going to win. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct, and our lines are here. They are opened up, and you are at liberty to call Radio Biafra if you have anything to say, if you have anything to offer. We are here. You are free to call. The caller on the coordinator's line, can you hear me? I know it's Ifeanyi Ojukwu. You are at liberty to proceed. Please go ahead.
Yes, my beloved brother. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
I am using this platform to announce our meeting at Equilobia. We, Equilobia, we have meeting on this coming Sunday by 3 o'clock. Our state coordinator will visit us inauguration. He will inaugurate us, being on Sunday, 3 o'clock. Please, do not waste time to come. I think that those in Equilobia, you are hearing me. Don't miss this time. Come earlier, please. And I'm using this opportunity again to announce those who are going to join IPOB in Oke City. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Because everywhere is on fire. It is time to rise up. The men who are capable, the men who are strong, to rise. This is the time. Now you are okay. You can call this number to join. 081 392 69094. I repeat. 081 392 69024. And those who are coming at the Puroda meeting, you have to call this number 070 618 66113. I repeat, 070 61 866 113. Now, my teacher, I want to say something on what you said concerning Naija Delta. Those that said that Naija Delta is my name. Before I go on that, I want to tell you that everywhere is on fire. There's no movement in Ethiopia. There's no movement anywhere. Everywhere be like a place that people run away where they are running for their death. I want to tell you this time, Radio Biafra is superb. I want to tell the world that Radio Biafra is not a propaganda machine. Radio Biafra is reality and fact, the truth. And in vain, that is reality. I want them to know this. If people think that this child is play, they are joking. Because we are moving now in another level. Now, concerning Naija Delta, I want to tell them, hey, the Igbo man names you Naija Delta. And he said, Naija Delta is my name. I have never seen a man who is older than his father. I have never seen a child who is older than his father. And now you are older than Naija Delta. What is your former name? What is that name that your father fight for? That name that your father bear and they are buried. And now you are now disgrace your ancient fathers. You wipe away. I don't know whether you change the name of your villages. Did they change also the name of your villages? Why can't you change it here, Abuja? Change it whatever you may like. I want to tell you, you are disgracing yourself. And this is what Hausa say, divide, rule, and then conquer. And that is what they're doing. Do you think that if you maintain this name, Biafra will not come for you? My brother over there, I know that you are rising up, but you can rise more. Rise more. We're expecting something more from you. And that is why we are talking. Now, you said that Buhari was saying, you can't just kill people and shout Allah Akobai. Buhari, I want to ask you, what of Sai Buhari? Sai Buhari, what does that mean? Hey Buhari, I I cut your head and I held Buhari. You have a question to answer. And I don't know, the word power, I don't know if they are listening. Buhari has a question to answer. They know who is Buhari. And that is another one. I want to tell you, people are confused, but they know the truth. You see, I say that you said something here. They did not realize. They did not speak about, you said somebody did not speak about Boko Haram and corruption in the zoo. How can they speak? Have you seen a woman in the family, a woman who is corrupt, a woman who is going out with a man? How can that woman give his daughter advice not to follow a man? That woman can never give his daughter advice not to follow a man. Because whenever he rises up, speak with his daughter. Go, Mama, what of you now? What of you, Mama? This man that is entering here, who is that person? They are ashamed. Igbo people, those people who are wearing the cap, they are ashamed because they know they're skeleton in their cupboard. They cannot rise up. Do you know why you overcome? Do you know why you're speaking? Because you're a truthful woman. There's no skeleton in your cupboard. That's why you can speak truth. Anyone who say one Nigeria, they are ashamed. Because they have skeleton in their cupboard. They cannot rise up and say, and this thing you are doing is very bad. They will say, what does this say yesterday? And that's why you are standing on top. That's why you are matching them down. That's why you be lifted on top. That's why they can never see your brake light. That's why they can never stand oppose you at any place. They will never say this is what you say and this is what you did. Because you are clean. You are whiter than white. You are whiter than snow. And that's why they cannot have anything to say. You see, the reason you are saying this because you have no skeleton in the cupboard. If anyone knows that you are skeleton, let them say it. And that's why you say, you cannot touch this one, you cannot touch this person, you cannot touch our sister, you cannot touch this one. And anyone who tries to touch, you negate him. Because you know their weak points. And they are slacking back. I want to tell you now, my brother, we are listening and we know what is happening. One thing is this. I want to tell my people, if you don't speak, rise up now for Biafra. If you don't rise now for Biafra, you will find yourself to be blamed everywhere. People are now coming to their senses. In fact, my brother Chukwuabiama is with you. Your voice is higher than voice of thunder. Because God is taking your voice too far. To the people that need your voice. To the people that want to be elevated. To the people that want life. Your voice is coming like a water. That voice is great, and they can never withstand that voice. That voice is more than what a woman can hinder. Listen to me, because the power of Chukwuabiama is in you, and because the power of Chukwuabiama is in you, nobody can oppose that word. What we need is your command. What we need is your instruction. What we need is your advice. What we need is that your brain. There's something there. Something is cooking there. And the people of this zoo, they are confused. In fact, I want to tell you, you have everything that is needed. You have everything that is needed to bring back Biafra. Okay? I want to tell you, if I didn't think that you are somebody like Owazirike, if you ask the Nigerian, if you ask Nigerian to divide their money half and give you half, they will give you. For you to stop. But you are whiter than snow. I want to tell you, keep it on. Allow Chukwuabiama to control what is in you. Because that what is in you is more than what man sees. It's what people who are immortal sees what is in you. They are immortal. They see what is in you. It takes too much data for the mortal to understand what is in you. But only those who have understanding, only those who have brain can understand what is in you. But what I'm trying to say now, you are shaking the Nigeria. You are shaking the zoo. They are running. Look at our people who love money. Our people who love money more than anything. They can close their business now. And they say, we don't want Boko Haram. Hey, glory be to. That's why I sang that song. That's why I sang that song last night. Because I know something without this radio Biafra, without IPOB, oh my God, we could have been, our name could have been sorry. Without IPOB, our blood, without IPOB established here in Biafra, our name could have been called, could have been sorry. Sorry. But how I know that you have cut them on the neck?
Yes, of course we have.
I'm about to stop. One to my brother, the flag of Biafra is up. It's on the high mountain that no hand can reach. It's on high mountain that no spirit can reach, except Chukwuabiama who controls us. My brother, you are blessed.
And you
are blessed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And you are also blessed, and I thank you for all you have said and will continue to say, and also in service, because we said by the time we come, everything will change. Things will no longer be the same. And I will echo what our dear brother Ifeanyi Ojukwu said. If they tell me that our people will shut their shop, watch a shade, pour to demonstrate, I will tell you are dreaming. If Radio Biafra never accomplished anything, we have made our people to be self-conscious. Now they know. IPOB must be very proud of themselves. We called for a protest and we are getting it. People are responding everywhere. Everywhere they are responding to reason, to logic, and to common sense. Everywhere they are responding. Everywhere. We told it will happen, and it's happening. When we give the command, we'll be free. You will see what will happen. We know what we are doing. If people in Onitsha can shut down their markets, in my church, it's over for the zoo. It's over for them. We are not forcing anybody. It's not by force. We want you to reason. And the same way we are asking the person on the line to be able to reason with us. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, what is your name and where are you calling from?
This is the Christian from Ogirimbia.
And where are you calling from now?
I'm calling from Anambra State.
Where in Anambra are you? I know why I'm asking. Ogidi, thank you very much. The world is listening. Go ahead. No. Cannot pay attention, can they? No, they cannot hear me. They can't hear me. I think he'll be pleasantly surprised. He was waiting to hear his voice on the radio. Immediately. They are not conversant with the laws of physics. That is why he impatiently disengaged. Very sad indeed. That is his loss anyway. Now he will know that he should have stayed. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are also direct. The time now is 11:15 in the morning here in the United Kingdom. The same time also in Biafra land. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, good day, my director. Good afternoon, sir.
Good morning from here.
Yeah, anytime I hear your voice, it's like a beautiful music in my ear.
You are very kind. Thank you very much. Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
No, it's not only please. For reasons I can't tell you my name now, but it's very, very important.
Go ahead.
There's one of the things I want to say to you, please.
Go ahead.
You see, every time they say Igbo, you understand what I mean?
Of course I do.
And I want to give you another proof that the God is the head of the Igbos. Igbo, yes, it is God that appointed their Eze. You know how it comes? It comes at the middle of battle. The king will arise. The Eze will arise, and nobody will doubt it. Is there any way they go and crown the Juku Eze? No person did. Now circumstances have thrown you up, and you're the only one speaking for our people, and they thought you're just blabbing. They don't know that it is God that sent you there, and you remain there like the rock of Gibraltar. So, director, let me just tell you one thing. You will realize your ambition.
You say?
All you need, there's a missing link in what you're doing.
What is that?
Please, I need to contact you. It's not now. I will give you the missing link, please. You will take my number. I'll make it possible. There's something I'm concluding which I will send to you, please. I need a place I can send email. And I need to speak to you again on air. Please make it very, very possible.
I want you to listen very carefully and send your email to this very place. Send it to my very private account. My email is Kanu, Kanu, Kanu at RadioBiafraLondon.com. Kanu at RadioBiafraLondon, all one word, .com. That is my email address. Kanu at RadioBiafraLondon.com. Send it to me.
Okay. Yes, okay, I'll do that. Huh? Please, there is one thing I want you to do.
Go ahead.
Very, 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 very important. Tell all of them in the north. It's not a question of weeks. They don't even have days. Let them come back immediately. Let them come back immediately as a matter of urgency. My brother, please.
No, but I want them to be killed anyway. I want some of them to be killed to serve as an example. That will be the second time that they're being killed, so that they won't go back there the third time. I want some of them to be killed.
It is no longer like before again. It is no longer like before again. Boko Haram in our blood is not Boko Haram. Those are armies to kill. Please, I'll call you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. They have come to kill us, as we said. Everybody must. I want area people to also shut down. You must join this protest, at least in solidarity. Area, please also call a meeting and consider it. Enugu is doing the same. Owerri is doing the same. I also want area to join them, to shut your shops sometime within this week or early next week, to say you're not going to market, to show solidarity, because they have brought Boko Haram to us. This thing must be replicated across the whole of Biafra land. Very, very important. I was losing my voice there. Very, very important. It must be replicated across the whole of Biafra land. Aba area. The leaders of area market, we are appealing to you to join. It is important you lend your voice to what is happening. We have called for this, and Aba is critical to us. You must consider, at least to oblige, for one day, if not for any other thing. I think Onitsha, this is about the third time now that Onitsha is shutting down. We want Aba to join in as well. Enugu is shutting down today. Owerri is shutting down today. We want Aba to join as well. We need to support the governors who are sensible, especially Willie Obiano, to make sure that Boko Haram doesn't stay in our land. Because if they stay in our land, you won't even have time to go and open your shop again. Very, very important, please. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, hello? Can you hear me? Yes, your name and where you are, please.
Hello, Director. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
This is what from Mogirindagu.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Director, please, we are trying to form a coordinator here, but we don't know how to do it. That's why let me ask you.
It's a very simple thing. You should start a family meeting where you are. Begin to call people together to have a family meeting. That is number one thing you need to do. And then number two, you have a telephone line to call. It is called the inquiry line. Contact the inquiry line. Have you called it before?
Yes, there was a coordinator that gave me his number. So he said I should call him for him to give me the link. The guy that called you said that someone was threatening his life.
Okay, do you have his number?
Yes, I have his number.
Then call him, that's all. They will come and inaugurate you. They will come and once you start a meeting, there will be an inauguration. Of course, you'll be under oath. If you disappoint Biafra or let us down, then I don't know what is, you have this less than minute. I don't know what it means. Yes, please go ahead.
I said, what have you people done about that guy that threatened the coordinator?
We have found out who he is. He's an Awasa boy from Kaduna. He is serving in the zoo. I mean, we are now in the process of locating the regiment where he is based. We will find him. He was shocked yesterday. He was trying to run away. We told him he cannot run. Anytime you threaten an officer, we can find you. If you like, call us with a unknown number. Once we have the time of your call, we trace where you are and who you are. Our technology is superior because we are Biafrans. We will find you. That is why I feel sorry for the zoo. When I say the zoo will fall, it will fall. If you look for Radio Biafra, we expand. If you call us threatening us, you are threatening your own life because you will die. We will find you and we will kill you. And this very idiot we will set an example with him that others will not do the same. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are very much direct. We are moving very, very closely towards the end of our program this very morning. Wherever you are, once again, we ask you to continue to propagate, continue to spread the gospel. Make sure that Chukwu Okike Abiama in heaven, whom we worship and whom we praise, is with you at all times. Which means, don't worship idol. Very, very important that you do so. Very, very critical that you do so. Let us go to WhatsApp and see who is there. I have a caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. Your name and where you are, please. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. They cannot hear me. They cannot hear me. Perhaps the line is frozen. I do not know. We are also on IMO. We are there as well. I'm sure that some of you have the contact and you are at liberty, of course, to call Radio Biafra if you wish to do so. If you wish to do so, that is. Thank you very, very much. Let's go to WhatsApp and see who is there. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Okay, hello. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Raise your voice up for me. Good morning to you. Your name and where you are.
Okay. This is Captain Ndubisi calling from Borno State.
Captain Ndubisi from Borno State. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah. We are listening. This is Radio Biafra. Go ahead.
Okay. I monitored you guys on Facebook. So I was on WhatsApp. First of all, I don't need to copy it. I'll deliver some messages.
You deliver some message to who?
Hello, I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, I can't hear you live. I can't. Okay. I can't. The station, the radio.
Your line is breaking up. Hello? No, this line is not stable. You're calling us from the Zoological Republic. It is not stable. That is something you must understand. Your line is not stable. I strongly recommend that you try and call us by saying it's Captain Ndubisi. We welcome. We have information from everywhere. Everywhere in the zoo. That is why we are going to win. Before they make any move, we know. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? On WhatsApp, that is, can you hear me? Can you hear me? People are calling us on WhatsApp and their signal strength is not strong. I don't know why they're calling us on WhatsApp. If your signal strength is not strong, how can you be able to make a call? You cannot. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Turn your system down. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Good day, sir. Good day, sir. This is James. We're calling from Aba.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Director, I want to congratulate you. I've been trying to call you for a very long time, and I'm so happy I got through today.
Thank you very much.
Director, I want to recommend your effort. You know, we have been struggling in the southeast to make sure we free ourselves from Boko Haram.
I know.
And the whole world is hearing us now. And they are keeping quiet as if nothing is happening. In fact, I want to sound this as a note of warning so that the whole world can hear our voice now. Both Obama, both Tony Blair, the Queen of England, anywhere they are, any of them, they can hear it now. If they are not hearing, they are seeing it on Twitter, they are seeing it on the internet, they are hearing it on the Radio Biafra. So, and they are keeping quiet because we are very determined. I'm calling you from Aba. We are determined in Aba. Aba is ready to die. We are ready to burn down the zoo.
Of course.
So I want to recommend your effort to just assure you that we are behind you. Just count on the people of Aba.
I know.
Even though you don't count on people from other places.
I know.
So you know that we are at your back.
I know.
We will support you. We will not fail you. And we are going to help you in any way we can. Since you say we should not contribute, we are attending the meetings.
Yes.
And we are following through whatever we can do. So those people are abroad. And I'm appealing to you guys. People should come out and support this thing.
The director said, bring out your money. Bring out this money so that we can fund this army. We don't need to stay here until everything collapses. Then we'll start running helter-skelter. You are abroad. You have people here. You should support Radio Biafra. Please, I'm appealing. I'm appealing to all of you. Bring out your money. Bring out your time. Since the director said we should not contribute, we are obeying him. It's not like we don't have money to support, but he knows what's best. And those people abroad should bring out the money. Since those people are at home will fight this war, you are not going to fight it from America or Europe. So your money will go a long way to support this mission. Please and please, wherever you are, we have money here, but since the director said we should not support it, we are going to follow the instruction. Please, please, support Radio Biafra. The time is up. You can see what is happening. They want to destroy us. We cannot wait. We cannot wait. We need to go. We will go this year by God's grace. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama is our witness. He will make everything possible because on our own strength, we cannot do it.
At all.
So, Director, I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you, both your parents, the mother, the boy, everything about you. I'm congratulating them.
Thank you very much.
Because you are on a mission to rescue Biafrans, not just the Igbos, the Biafrans in total.
Of course.
So wherever they are, they should acknowledge the fact that they are Biafrans. We are not talking about the Igbo race. We are talking about a Biafran race. It's something that we have to collectively fight. And please join this effort. I know you are hearing this voice now.
Of course,
this is the man that God has brought forth to help bring this thing to realization. We are your brothers. It is in our DNA. If you want, you see it yourself. These people, you think that they are your brothers, they cannot help you. They do not behave like you. They do not eat your food. They do not dress like you. They do not think like you. They do not worship Yahweh Yeshua. They worship Allah. Allah is not God. Allah is an idol. If you have not known, know it now. So, Director, I'm very, very happy that I got through today. And I'm praying that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will bless you and uplift you and make you see Biafra this year. I know God is revealing many things. And those people He's revealing it to, I want you to follow them. Because this thing is a divine mandate that you must fight to the end of the course. So by God's grace, those people who are turning deaf ears, you will see very soon they will start releasing. They will give out their money so that we'll fund this army and go and fight. The whole world is hearing it, and they are hearing it very, very well. Thank God we are even on satellite, because the other time I told somebody that this thing is not on satellite. He said, no, I should come and see it. Then he put it, although I don't know how to track it in my home. But I'm still trying to call somebody this morning to come and put
call somebody to come and track it for you. We are on satellite.
Make sure. Yeah. Yes, I've seen it. The 3 Astra. I've seen it already. But this morning I'll fix it. So, Director, I just want you to know something. God is with you. You understand? You are not Wazirike. Wazirike have led many people astray. And that is why people are having double minds today.
I know.
But this message will continue to broadcast to tell people the real Messiah has come. And God is going to use you to deliver Biafra. Whether the devil likes it or not, the devil will fail.
He said, I love your call.
He said, will uplift you.
He said,
will help you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my dear brother. Well spoken. I love that. Well, I know Abba will never fail. I am appealing to the market leaders at our area. Please, our people are shutting down their markets to show solidarity. That is the way the terrorist Buharia will understand how serious we are. I want you, please, I am appealing to you to consider shutting down our area market for one day. If not before this Sunday, then next week at some point. Hold a meeting and debate it and see if that is what you want to do. But you will see it is the right thing to do. Because Owerri is not on today. Enugu is not on. Also, Onitsha is not on. Also, area needs to key in into what we are doing. Every major market in Biafra land needs to shut down for at least one day to join this very effort. To join this effort. I don't want Abba to come out on the road to protest against them yet. No, not time yet. But consider to shutting down area market, please. Very, very important. It will help this very effort we are all making. It will help it. on Rubewan Nabal also. We cannot say because of one day trading in the market, we forget our people at Ekulobia. In Oka, people who are dying or about to be killed because of what Boko Haram is doing. Please, let us try and empathize and sympathize with them. I have another caller on WhatsApp. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, please. What is your name and where are you calling from? Yes.
Hello? Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
My name is Sunday.
Sunday who?
My name is Sunday Obuanuku. I'm calling from
Sunday
Obuanuku.
From where?
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Director, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
My name is Sunday. I'm calling from Anambra, here in Biafran.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Please.
Director, every shop here in Biafran shut down because of we don't want those Boko Haram that the pedophile have sent here in Anambra State. Because of it, all shops. Hello?
We can hear you, my dear brother. Go ahead. I can hear you. The world is hearing you. Go ahead. Can you hear me? No.
Okay. I just want to let you know that we here in Biafran. Hello?
My brother, you're wasting time. People are waiting to hear from you. You're wasting time. Go ahead. We are listening. You are the one stopping. I don't know why you're stopping. I can hear you very well. I don't know why you're stopping. You are the one who is stopping. If you want to say something, you go ahead and say it. I don't know why you're stopping. I'm telling you, I can hear you very well. You still want to hear your voice either from satellite or from your radio before you continue speaking. I don't know why that is the case. It is completely and wholesomely unnecessary. I don't know why some of you don't listen. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please. The caller on WhatsApp for the last time, can you hear me? No, there are time-wasting people. I don't like those who cannot reason. Once you call me, listen through your phone, begin to speak immediately. I think he deserves to be blocked, not people who cannot reason properly. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? No, they cannot. A cue for us to, of course, bring our program to an end. And we are going to do so, of course, considering that now is 4 minutes past 11. We have been here for nearly how many hours? For over 3 hours, please. We need to proceed to closure immediately. If anything breaks during the day, we shall bring it to you. But of course, we'll reconvene at 7 p.m. this evening to continue our gospel. And that time, I have a very important announcement to make regarding the Directorate of State, those that run the operations of IPOB on a day-to-day basis all over the world, headed, of course, by the head of the Directorate itself, MAZI Nnamdi at our embassy in Victoria in Spain. You have listened to us this very morning. We have preached this very gospel. We shall reconvene in the evening to continue saying it. I want the leaders in Aba to please very kindly and respectfully approach our market leaders at Ariaria to shut Ariaria down. Very, very important. If that is not happening already, to shut it down. If they have not had any plans already, to make sure Ariaria is shut down at least for 1 day, please. For 1 day as a sign of solidarity towards our people who are under siege at Ekulobia. Very, very important, please. We must try and help the Anambra State Governor to make sure that they send back to Ugwawasa, to Boko Haram territory, the killers and the murderers they have brought to our land. Because these people have come to decapitate and we must stop them. Ariaria must join in a show of solidarity, please. They must deliberate and consider that as a matter of urgency. Thank you very much for that. In anticipation that you will, of course, be very, very kind and lenient to our request. Biafra is indeed our religion, as we have been able to demonstrate once again. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship, because Chukwu Okike Abiama in heaven, the one we worship, is our creator. He will guide, bless, nurture, sustain, keep each and every one of you and your families. But more importantly, Chukwu Okike Abiama will bless Biafra. Thank you very much for listening. especially those of you in Warri, Sapele, and parts of Benin. Until this evening, from me, from here, good morning.
Biafra, we have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra.